beef? Why do you have such a problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know who you
pool house
are.
is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment.
Welcome, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Thank you for joining us on MMB. I believe I have my pal Isaac here. If he maybe Isaac is really taking a note from the OG Mad Max and taking a nap himself on stream is what my guess is here. Isaac, wakey, 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 wakey. Hey everyone, please smash the like button to help the show spread. We are doing good here. We're having a great time. We have great topics. I thought of a very interesting topic for tonight, and I want to really discuss it. And I'm dead serious. I am not happy about the recent events with talent in Hollywood, and there is a success with Miles Morales and Into the Spider-Verse. Why are we so attached to live action? Is there ever going to be a time where, of course, the trend is for Oh, don't get started, please. Don't get started, Callie. There is a trend to have big universes of movies and content, but why in the future would you try to accommodate this when the talent, there's so many things that come up with behavior, with scheduling, with contracts. Why are we so stuck to live action? That's the main question I have for all of you viewers, and I wanted to discuss. Let me get to the chat here. Keely Chow, Brian, Master of None. And I really do appreciate all you members out there. I really want to start thanking you more. You've been really helping the show, really helping the community grow as well. And supporting other content creators with StreamYard is a nice benefit that's only accomplished by your memberships, along with other things that are happening, including the member streams. And I do want to try to do more as well. I do want to get members' mailbag back. I'm thinking potentially that I could start releasing a community post early in the day, and members could get their questions or topics in for the live show later that day. It might not even be once a week. I'm actually, I have to catch up until my pal Isaac gets here. I'm going to maybe do this for a little bit until he wakes up. Isaac, Ruby 900. Well, it's 9. Yeah, it's 9:30 now. Smash the like button. Patrick, hi Max, and everyone wake up, Black. Oh, I don't know. Isaac says, I think Max should probably start scheduling his streams an hour later. I think I just need to get up earlier. I apologize. I like this time slot because I could do more and get to bed at a decent time. It's been helping my sleep schedule. Yes. No.
Oh shit, I'm back.
Isaac, hey, how's it going, buddy?
That was good. Man, I was waiting for so long, and then I was just waiting for you, and then I went to go eat, and then I saw a notification that you were streaming already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just decided. I thought you were playing a joke on me, like you're being like the OG nap and taking a nap. There is there is a main topic that I really wanted to discuss with everyone tonight. and it's just regarding the these universes of, because yes, the multiverse of movies, Isaac, you know what that's about. It's a trend for Hollywood to have these big universes of content and characters and actors. And in the future, do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's worth it right now? We see the bad behavior, regardless of, and this isn't discussing the reasons for it, issues, family issues, mental illness. I don't really want to cover it, but it's happening and it's more and more prevalent. It's a reality in the entertainment industry. Why are we so stuck to live action? You would still have some potential issues, but it's much more convenient and plausible to just move in a new voice actor, keep the animation, and then it also potentially could keep a tighter schedule on some of these projects instead of dealing with huge bloated salaries for entertainment people in the industry. They can't behave. It's a privilege, and I do think in my personal opinion, I think there's going to be a time in the future. I don't think in the recent future, but in the future where it's not going to be necessary for live action. We've gotten to a point with special effects and CG that you could do some really, really amazing things, even if you do a more realistic look. But what's your commentary on this, Isaac? What do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see that there's maybe a future where you don't have to deal with this, and it could potentially make the content better? Go ahead.
When I first heard what you said, I was thinking about robots taking over the world, and I was thinking robot actors could come to replace human actors. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, in the future, I think there will be more. I mean, every year we're surprised by how much VFX, how different CGI changes. Like the fact that we have a Thanos on the big screen is a surprise. And I do think there may be a time where actors can be more replaceable than they are now. I do feel bad for Warner Bros. Because both the Amber Heard and Ezra Miller stuff isn't their fault. Like it's not like Warner Bros. Had any control on this whatsoever.
Well, no, they did. I do put a blame on Warner Brothers though, Isaac, because they had, before both these projects filmed, they had enough leeway to make adjustments right
The
away.
Amber Heard one, yeah, I just completely forgot about that.
Yeah, they should have
filmed
handled
those
things
movies.
right away. That's what good leadership does. They were lacking leadership skills, and both these situations could have been avoided with competent management. But they barely have a plan on their own, let alone alter the plan based on the climate. So I see where you're going, but I
Completely
absolutely
forgot the Amber stuff happened
no
before it shot like
no
Oppenheimer.
no yeah, they had now I do feel like there may be a discussion there that oh yes, 16 people watching, please remember to smash the like button, please. It really helps the show. But somebody say, oh yeah, let's get 69 likes.
Let's
Yes.
on. Especially on 420, man. Today's
Oh yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay. Are you a participant? No, I'm just kidding. Is anyone in the chat really going hardcore on 420? Be safe, everyone. That's all I'm saying. Be safe. Where was I going with that? But they had enough leeway to make some adjustments. But some may say they're not giving into cancel culture. They're not, and that might be positive. Like they're standing by their talent. But do you see it more as standing by their talent, Isaac, or are they just ignoring problems and potentially enabling?
Wait, what are we talking about?
WB keeping their employees like Amber and Ezra. In both situations they had knowledge of events prior to filming The Flash and Aquaman 2, And now there's a shit show on both of those because honestly, Aquaman 2 you would think was more safe, but look at this trial is a disaster. I was watching. I don't usually watch stuff like that, but at work I was watching the trial where Johnny Depp took the stage and he discussed his substance abuse problems, which hey, fair on him, and I'm not judging him for that, but putting all that out there and then discussing his wife throwing bottles at him and slicing off the top of his finger. And I honestly think, I actually think, and then also tell me what you think is more plausible, Isaac. I think it's more plausible for the Aquaman 2 to be adjusted with Amber Heard than the Flash.
I
because
agree with that last one.
Yeah, because she's got less of a presence in that film, and I honestly don't think that you can release that with her like it with her such a small presence. But the Flash has 3 Ezras. How does it get better than Ezra? You have 3 of them, and some of them are evil. I made some bad jokes on RJ's stream earlier, Isaac, in the private chat.
I gotta go watch that now.
Well, it wasn't
I'll find a way.
live. I said Ezra should just come out to the public, make a press release. It was Evil Barry. Something happened in the multiverse.
It's reverse Flash messing up the timeline.
Or I said he's or he should say he's method acting. I don't know. Bad jokes. I'm sorry, everyone. Bad jokes. But yeah, do you agree? Do you think it's more like RJ was saying earlier? He thinks they can't release this film, and we're going to watch a little bit of John Campea. I don't know if you saw that earlier, where he said they can't release. I think if you handle it aggressively with take the moment, grab it by the horns, as WB Discovery, and make statements. We do not support this type of behavior. That the Flash project was a collaborative effort with lots of talent involved, and not releasing it would be detrimental to not just Ezra, to everyone. But we may not be going forward with Ezra as our Flash, but we want to release this project because we were happy with the actual content. And you have to really manage that well. I think there is a path forward to just release it, but they have to address something. They can't just release it, not say anything, and just leave it out there, and not also work with your partners in the trades to put a good foot forward. Put a good foot forward on the situation and spin it the right direction. We don't support this. We do support creative vision, although, people might be triggered by that. And we support all the talent involved with this project. And we need to release this film for both the talent involved, our contracts to our partners in our artists, and for the future of our franchise. And I think there is a path forward. I don't think that they're just going to shelve this or alter it highly. But I want to hear from you, Isaac. Do you think that they would consider shelving this, shoveling it to HBO Max, or doing significant alterations for a project that's margin of profits may be small as it is?
Yeah, they are gonna have to release this movie eventually. It is a very expensive movie. It is tough because people forget that Ezra isn't the only employee in this movie. There's also hundreds of people working behind the scenes, the actors, producers, the directors, everyone. And it sucks that they have to pay the consequences of what Ezra's been doing. What they should do is honestly something I do not know the answer to. But Warner Bros. Can't ignore the situation anymore. I use this example a lot, but it's kind of like putting shreds of glass under a rug. Sure, sure you probably can't see it for a while, but eventually someone's going to step on it and it's going to hurt. And that's kind of what's happened with the Ezra situation. It's kind of like you can't ignore it anymore. And if you ignore it, I think you do make yourself look bad as a company that you kind of allow this to allow. I mean, obviously Warner Bros. Didn't cause it, but they still, when you have a employee like this do stuff like this and you don't address it, that's a problem. The movie, it's tough because on one hand, if you release the movie, you're gonna have backlash from people who don't like what Ezra's done. But on the other hand, if you do reshoots or CGI or anything, that's gonna be basically another Justice League from 2017. It's gonna be it's a bad position either way. If I'm to predict what's gonna happen, I predict that they're gonna release it with Ezra, but they're in the marketing trailers, they're gonna try to make it more emphasized on like Michael Keaton's Batman, Sasha Guy's Supergirl, and all that. I don't know, because I think if you release it on HBO Max, you do get benefits, you get subscribers, you get all that. And also you like in theaters, there's more commercials, there's more promotion, but in streaming, you can kind of hide it from everyone.
Yeah.
It's tough because theatrical, you make more money, but it's like it's a weird. I feel so bad for the people who are having to make the decision, but I think there's a good chance it could just be an HBO Max thing.
Well, I think if you want to not worry about people like boycotting the project, that is a second option, but I think it's going to be released. Treat it as a HBO Max 1-2 punch with that in Batgirl. Leave it as is. I don't think dumping money into it. And hey, we got 23 people watching. Please support this channel. Give a like. It really helps the show. It helps Team MME grow. And Grobnob the Troll wants a shout out for his pup. Can you give my dog a shout out? He was 8 months old yesterday, and his name's Fenwick. Fenwick, thank you for watching MME. We love the dogs. Mostly.
Dang, Callie heard
we
that.
love Rainbow. Oh, I almost said Rainbow. Rambo. Sorry, Rambo. Rambo does not want to be called Rainbow. No offense. There's nothing wrong with rainbows. But no. Thank you, Grobnob. There is a possibility. E-King, there is a possibility that controversy could actually help the box office to see to see if Ezra did a good job. There's some potential there. I don't know. They'll do the math and concentrate on what will pay best. Yes. Oh yeah, Degrassi. I actually agree with you. They should move it up. Especially if they're moving on. Rip off the Band-Aid, see what happens. Capitalize on the news. Yeah. I don't disagree. What do you think of Degrassi's comment here? It might be exploitative, but it could actually capitalize on the news cycle. Or do you think that could backfire?
I mean,
if it's ready.
I doubt it's ready.
Okay.
I doubt it even exists. It's been 9 years since the movie got announced. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I don't think if you release it now, it'll make more. And at the same time, I highly doubt the VFX is done, and I don't think they want to release it without the VFX. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Degrassi says release the Flash now. Also, if you try to shelve it, you do not want another situation like release the Snyder Cut. You do not want to create a scenario like that, because everyone knows that it's done as well. And there could be another situation, release the Ezra Flash movie. You do not want another scenario like that as a studio. That is ridiculous. We're gonna watch Campia because I think it's one of his worst takes. All right, let me see here. Ryan, I'm Vengeance, DC Cinematics versus Cinematics. As much as I'd love to see this, they need to put this either reshoots on HBO Max. To me, prefer reshoots, but I hate it, but it needs to happen. it's possible, but I think this would be on another level of reshoots where I don't know. There's not another movie where they replaced an actor or actress that they were the main character, though. And not 3 of them, 2. There's 3 versions of Ezra in this. That is ridiculous. So I don't think it's even possible. I don't think it's on the table because there's context there. Remember when Kevin Spacey was replaced, or when in Army of the Dead, when that comedian was replaced? They weren't they were in the movie, but they weren't main characters. They weren't significant. I mean, I guess the more significant was the Kevin Spacey, but there was still room there. Dr. Hockey, I predict they will rework the Flash into a Batman movie. Ugh. I don't even want. I want to see it as is, honestly, or with little adjustments. I don't want them to make it a hodgepodge mess in a Frankenstein movie. They already called this a Frankenstein movie. I don't want to see them try to alter it and adjust it. It's too much, honestly. I think it's going to make especially a complicated multiverse movie with time travel and everything. That could be recipe for disaster, and that's not fair to Muschietti. You think that's fair to Muschietti and the rest of the town involved, Isaac?
It's not fair at all.
Yeah,
There's so many people that go into working movies. It's not right to take away their hard work just because one person messed it up.
yeah. Will Wallace says we live in a day and age where actors could be replaced in finished films. Snyder did it with Army of the Dead. Kevin Spacey was cut out. Yeah, we do. Hey, Nicotina. Hey, if you want to pop on. Zeno says restore the Snyderverse for sure. At Grobnom, it's Ezra Miller time. All right, John Campy, here we go again. Toby can take over the fly. What? Toby Maguire? What are you
Pizza
talking
time.
about? Oh, we got 29 viewers. Please help the show. We got to reach that goal of 69. What
Heck
happens
yeah.
when we get to 69, Isaac?
Then the next goal would be 420 likes.
Oh, 420 likes. Okay. I got you. Listen, I'm happy he's feeling well. So I've had my show planned. I'm going to keep I already had people waiting, and that's my fault. So I gotta roll. Yeah, I have lots of guts. Let's do his friendly competition. Let's get more likes than the lounge. No shade at the lounge. Let's get more likes than the lounge and see if that gets to see if that gets to Enosh. 33 viewers. Can we get more likes than the lounge? What's the lounge up to? I'm probably
I'll
way
go
behind.
check.
Yeah, let's do friendly competition. Friendly. Actually, we could stream snipe them a little bit. Friendly.
They have 60 viewers with 37 likes.
We're halfway there. Not really
Hey. halfway, but RJ, Anthony, Brian, and Caden are all in this panel right now.
Well, Isaac, you decide to stick with me. That's
Heck yeah, somebody's got to keep you awake.
All right, you know what? We should troll a little bit just for fun. I should go in there. I'm like, is this MMA? What time is it? All right, hold on. Let me see. All right, let me see the lounge. Oh, 61.
Damn, they're close to 69 viewers.
Let's just do our own thing. I don't want to be crazy. No. I'm mistaken.
But it's for the madness.
I'll behave. All right. Just George says if Zach does return and wants a recast, that could change things. Well, I honestly think that this could be detrimental to the Snyderverse going forward. Honestly, even if they had plans, it's just another obstacle. Do you feel is it another obstacle? Flash is a main character. If the rumors are to be true, the end of the Flash, Batfleck is saying to Barry's Ezra Miller's Barry, come find us. Who's gonna find the Snyderverse if Ezra's gone? If that's an accurate, they
Recast.
might actually not use that clip now. You know? Hey Ryan, how's it going? You're on air, Ryan Zeverfest.
Hey guys, thank you for having me. Longtime viewer, first time caller.
Oh no, you're a long time caller as well. How are you doing, Ryan?
I'm good. How you guys?
Great,
We're
great.
good.
Zeno
Max
has
is still
a horde
sleepy as
in the
usual.
chat.
Yeah. Well,
I'm back.
it's not
He's
that
not
late.
coming back. Kevin Spacey is not coming back.
No. That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want Spacey back. We don't want what's that other guy that directed Spacey? What's his name? The one that did X-Men, X2.
Bryan Singer.
Bryan Singer. Yeah, don't want him back.
Well, I have to be real. I like his movies though. But
well, I mean, you know,
but
I'm not saying that Kevin Spacey's not talented. He's a talented actor, right? He's just, you know, they just do disgusting things with kids. So yeah, no, I mean, you know, I think there was the Jeepers Creepers guy that did number 3 or some crap. He was in jail for a while or for something. I don't know. I don't care. But I mean, you know, there's so many people that do nefarious things, and there's a lot of people in Hollywood that, you know, that get away with it. You know, like the Weinstein guy, he didn't get away with it. But there's like a lot of people that do all kinds of crap, and over there in their little echo chamber, in their world, that's kind of the norm is to act like a diva. You know, I mean, you've seen the Christian Bale, the Tom Cruise, the Jack Nicholsons, the, you know, all these people that just, you know, they're hard to work with, or, you know, they have outbursts or whatever it is, you know, it's because that's their version of reality is not our version of reality. You know, they do have a different set of rules that they go by, and I'm sure that a lot of the stuff that Ezra has done is probably going to be settled. They'll probably pay these people off. That's why they're going out like, oh yeah, me too. It's kind of a Me Too movement for them, but it's like, me too, I want to get paid.
I respect your opinion, Ryan, but I think you do have a different opinion than me. I think based on previous times we've talked about this, you think there's a path forward to just continue with Ezra.
You know what? I don't mind if they don't, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, look, he's at the end of the day, at the very end of the day, and this is where people get like totally tripped up, is he's an actor, and he's an actor that can be replaced. You know, it's not that all these people are irreplaceable. Like, same thing with unfortunately the person that died from what is his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. I want to say Benson or Bronson or something like that, but he did Black Panther.
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman. There it is. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately he passed away, but that doesn't mean that the character, you know, can never be portrayed again by anyone else. Same thing with the Joker when Heath Ledger died. That doesn't mean that the character can no longer, you know, move forward or whatever, right? These people are actors. They're paid to pretend, and we're paid to, you know, we're not paid. We pay them to entertain us as we're just kind of sit back and watch the world implode. So I mean, that's kind of it. You know, it's not that big of a deal if you gain somebody, lose somebody, or whatever. But like in the case of Henry Cavill, like, I don't mind any other person coming in and saying, hey, you know what, let's do another Superman movie, and it happens to not be Henry. You know, that would suck, because the only reason that would suck is because he is willing, available, and had been wanting to do it for a while, but they haven't, you know, kind of been coming to his door and saying, hey, you know what, let's make this a reality. Let's make something happen. Let's give you a good director, a good script, a good, you know, some synergy here. They didn't do that, you know, and it wasn't that, you know, they were like, oh man, he's a Snyder guy, blah, 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 whatever, right? He's not, because they used old footage. You know, that's all that Zach could use. He didn't come back for the additional photography. You know, he mentioned that he would even work with the guy from Mission Impossible to make a Superman movie, and they turned him down. And yeah, I mean, it's just bad plays by a studio that doesn't really understand what they have and what they could do to make money and also to make entertainment. Because instead, they're not doing anything.
Yeah. Just George has entered the building. Hey, Just George, it's been a while.
Yeah, Max. It's been a while. I've had a couple weeks off, so like I have the free time to pop on in tonight.
Awesome. Remember to go sub to Just George and Isaac and Ryan. Make sure to get your channel ready for incoming support. That's what we like to do here. I do have a main topic that I also wanted to get Ryan and George on. I'm like, listen, it's not isolated. The entertainment industry, they are used to doing things where they get away with it. We're enabling them in a way. And the prevalence of multiverses and connected universes, especially considering connected universes like Star Wars, Marvel, all these other huge universes where it's not just a one and done movie. Why are we so stuck to live action? I want to revisit this again, especially where we are with technology. Isn't there potential there in the future? Could this be like the last time? Like if MCU gets rebooted in the future, why bother with live action? Why not reboot it? I don't think it's going to reboot anytime soon because the MCU is doing a lot better, regardless of what you think of the quality. The MCU is doing a lot better than the DCEU or whatever the hell it's called, and whatever they admit is real and what's
The
not.
DCU?
No, they
Yeah,
you
there
can't
you
even
go.
you
I'm
can't
just
even get a
kidding.
consent. This is why the DC content is so volatile when you do debates because no one can agree on anything, including WB. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's not. Well, you can't call it the Snyderverse. Why can't we? Because he created most of the stuff that went forward, even if you're not admitting it. They're going back to DCU, but it's not the Snyderverse. He doesn't own it. Okay,
And that's
but
what
he
I've
said
always said. It's always
Yeah.
about ego with these guys, right? And just like you're saying with like, oh yeah, don't call it Snyderverse. You know, the characters are bigger than Zack Snyder, and yes, they are, but this is his iteration of it, and
Hey,
this is
Ashley.
a good way of sort of identifying or categorizing this take or these this portrayal of these characters, right? It's just Snyder this, Snyder that, whatever. It's all cool. That way, I mean, people kind of get it. Like, oh, I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about, and it continues the water cooler conversation without somebody halting. Like, whoa, wait a minute, you're talking Snyder for this one came up with Siegel and Schuster. I mean, it doesn't it doesn't do anybody any favors to not do that. And yes, the whole DCEU, what do you call it? Yes, DC themselves and also Warner Brothers they've missed the mark in trying to brand and trying to grow and trying to cultivate something for their cinematic universe. They just kind of throw shit out there and see what sticks on the wall, and that's not a good play. That's very lackadaisical, but yeah, that's my take on.
Well, I
on
mean,
them. It's just not good.
But do you see in the future? This is what I want to get to you and Just George. Where is it worth? Why bother with with actors with all the, especially with these huge ensemble when there's so much. There's one person's bad behavior can take a huge, expensive, bloated project with a huge budget. I'm not saying it shouldn't. Why are we bothering with this in the future when there's great, talented people that work in the special effects industry and some amazing voice talent as well?
Yeah. Well, Degrassi Knowles kind of says it. That's I've been saying that for a while. Is that they're going to have the digital doubles, right? Therefore, when you lose an actor, unfortunately, like Chadwick, you can still use his likeness. Same like they did with Marlon Brando.
Well, I mean, if you just do that though, you'd be putting it like that's still using
you can create
action.
Your own non-fictional person, right?
Yes,
to where,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, like let's say that they take the physical attributes of Henry Cavill, Brandon Routh, and Chris Reeve, right? And they're just like, okay,
not using actual actors' likenesses.
Not use it, yeah, but just creating a new non-person, and then having having them use mocap or having stand-ins sort of on set and doing the things, and they just face map the individual. No, I'm not in the bathroom. Why would you think I'm in the bathroom? Not yet. Usually when Nicotina calls me, I'm in the shower. but yeah, no, I mean, you can get to a point where you can create these, it's live action, but it's okay. Think the Shazam family, right? Those kids are getting older, right? And all you need to do is just every time you want to make a Shazam movie, and there isn't really that much progression in chronological time or whatever for the script, just recast the kids. Just find somebody of the same body build, and then just put the actor or the character of the individual on, or just map their face onto the new sort of digital double, and have your voice actors come in, do the ADR work like most movies have to do anyway, and then you really never have to worry about scandals and things like that. You still have to worry about scandals because it is Hollywood. There's still going to be
Yeah, but how
the
easy
couch
is it
and
to
all that.
have all the work done and just replace a voice too? And that would be so much, that's so much more plausible.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, it is so much easier, and I worked on
And
many
future
projects
and
where you
future
just
proof,
replace
honestly.
a voice. Yeah.
Yeah, replace a performance, just voice. I'm just saying for this type of scenario, for these, I think in the future when the MCU is eventually rebooted, I think this could be considered. I'm not saying it will happen. I think this moment in time with this amount of cast and live action and contracts, thank goodness the MCU hasn't had a huge scandal like this.
I'm
Unfortunately,
sure they have. I'm sure they have. I mean, there was some issue with like ScarJo and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had their little things, but it's not as. And I don't want to say this is big for Ezra, because I mean, you ask the normal person out there, like, hey, yeah, what do you think about the Ezra thing or whatever? They're like, who? And it's and they released the Dumbledore thing, and nobody gave a shit.
Yeah. Well, there's other things there with the Johnny Depp and the J.K. Rowling. There's other controversy.
There's other controversy that a lot of people, like my mother, she's a huge Harry Potter fan. She knows nothing about what's going on with Depp and Heard. She has no clue. She has no clue what's going on with J.K. Rowling. She's just a Harry Potter fan. They don't pay attention to this shit like we do, because this is where our interests are. So this is what we pay attention to.
Well, I wanted to get to just George. What do you think about the future of in the main topic tonight? Why bother with this? We see how someone's wound up.
And now I know what he's talking about. Sorry about that. Let me change my mic settings. Sorry.
Okay. Just George, what do you think? Why bother with actors when we could have a universe? Honestly, even the video games, if you look at the Spider-Man, they're doing a Wolverine project now. That type of quality, if it goes a little bit further, it could be, people are accepting it in video games. Is there a future where it's accepted of fictional versions of the characters, not based on an exact person, and less risk than dealing with these huge bloated casts with lots of issues, lots of contracts, huge time between projects? Do you see a future for that, George?
Well, if like the MCU ever reboots itself, like I mean, the MCU is owned by Disney, so like Disney's the king of animation, so I can see them like in the future being successful with like an animated reboot of the MCU. The question is like, what about like Warner Brothers and DC? Because a lot of people, because some people think, oh, why doesn't DC do more animated stuff on the big screen besides the DC Super Pets? Because like they've done very well with like their direct to video movies and stuff, regardless of how you feel about them. We have to really see like what direction DC goes, because at the moment I don't know what DC wants to do. It really depends on this Flash movie. And again, I think a lot of this, like whether or not like they should reboot animated, hinges on the success of these Spider-Verse movies. We only have one live action Spider-Verse movie that has so far come out, and the other one just got postponed to 2023. I don't know if you're aware of that, Max.
Oh yeah, I was just looking on Twitter. The Spider-Verse. I could bring that up real quick. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like let me bring this up. I just saw that on Twitter. Across the Spider-Verse has been delayed till June 2nd of 2023. I'm so sick of movie delays.
Same here.
I mean, if it makes the movie better, yes. I'm not concerned about that one. Like, I hope it seems like they'll just be making it better, but yeah.
But yeah, I think like they're gonna look at like the Spider-Verse like movies, the other two that come out, and animation takes longer than live action because there's a lot of effort put into it. So it really depends on like, do they see the value in it? And I think they'll look at DC Super Pets as like maybe like a model. Like I know that's like a completely different film from like a cinematic universe, but they might look at that and say, hey, maybe there's some value into doing more DC animated stuff on the big screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's big opportunities there. I think we'll now transition to watch just a little bit of the John Campea show, where they discuss what's happening. I watched a little bit of us on RJ's show. I think it's one of his worst takes. I just don't see where they would just shelve the project. That's ridiculous. That would create whole new problems. Whoa, what the hell? Don't, what the hell? 3 reasons why this tea is the push-up bra for guy. I don't need this true classic teas.
So this is really going to be a game changer here.
No, why is this in that? Don't read anything into this, viewers. I do not need a man's ear.
Mad Max is going through a wardrobe change.
I don't need a man's ear.
Could just help out. He could use any pointers. Let's just look at the belt buckle.
Oh, I like the belt buckle. He's like,
you see the problem.
Yeah.
Max, I didn't know you were sponsored by Push Up Bras.
Hey, if they sponsor the show, I'm going to look for a sponsor. If they sponsor the show, I'll start wearing it. All right, but
would you show us?
No, I mean, I could
A
show
man's
you
ear or a bro?
A bro's ear. Bro's ear. All right, hold on. Oh, what the hell? All right, never mind. I am not doing that shit. What the hell?
But Max, it'll get you more money.
There you go.
Can you rewind an ad? No, you can't rewind an ad. I kind of want to see that.
I think
again.
this is what we need to react to.
No, but the people in the chat can rewatch the stream or this part of the stream.
Woo, he's confident though.
What is our fifth inevitable, predictable main topic today?
Oh.
I wish we didn't have to talk about it. Kyle Robinson wrote this in. Hey, John, I just saw your tweet about Ezra Miller landing in jail again. I thought this was a joke and thought there was no way that this could be true, but alas, it is. The Rolling Stones stated that they were asked to leave and allegedly threw a chair at a woman. In the immortal words of Mrs. Carr, for why? I see no reason for WB to keep them in the Flash any longer. What is the likelihood of WB addressing this? There's no way they can let this die down.
All right. So yesterday, me, Ray, and Rob go out to lunch. And Rob goes, he's looking at his phone as we're just putting in our orders for our food. And he looks at his phone and goes, oh my gosh, Ezra Miller's been arrested again. And I'm like, no. He goes, well, I said, what's the news? He goes, it's Hawaii local news or whatever.
Right.
And it was the same mugshot as before. I was like, you know what? I think this is probably like an old article being republished or something. He couldn't possibly be arrested again.
And it was great because our waitress that knows us there,
Yes.
she chimes in. She goes, oh, no. They reuse mugshots all the time.
Yeah, we're like,
Oh, whoa.
okay, all-knowing, all-seeing waitress. Thank you for that. So, yeah,
Well, that waitress knows. That's pretty funny.
they're like, he said, no, can't. And so I jumped on my phone and I started looking at some of the other sources like, oh my God, he got arrested again. Dude got arrested again. Look, this comes to us from the folks over at Variety who wrote the following. Ezra Miller has been arrested for a second-degree assault in Hawaii less than 4 weeks after the Flash and Fantastic Beasts star was arrested for disorderly conduct and harassment in Hilo, Hawaii. Miller was arrested early Tuesday morning after an incident.
After this, though, I do think the film's going to be released, but let's go down the panel. I do not think you continue with Ezra, though, for the new projects. That's regardless of what happens with Discoveries, Aslov. Isaac, do you think you move forward with any project with Ezra?
Nope. Not even the Fantastic Beasts. This is only me, but I don't see it possible that he comes back for any sequels or spinoffs or whatever.
Brian?
Just have to wait and see, to be honest. I don't.
Yeah, that's a better answer than mine.
I don't see. You know, I mean, he could be admitted into some sort of care. He could start acting like an adult. You know, he could never go to Hawaii again. There's so many things that could happen in his favor to sort of, because I mean, usually people want to kind of fix their public persona, in this realm. So I could see them saying, hey, you know what, they're talking to his agent, hey, we're not going to offer you anything more unless you do X, Y, and Z. And then I don't think he's sort of like, hey, you know what, your contract is it's in jeopardy. But I think that he has been, informed that, due to his recent actions that, he can be on some sort of probation or, something like that, as far as, being a player at Warner Brothers. So we'll see.
George, your opinion? Any project in the future, or this is the last project for Ezra at WB?
I'm leaning towards this being the last, but there's still over a year until the Flash film comes out, so there's always a chance that there could be better PR by the time it comes out, and I think there's a chance the film could get delayed again. I think they got more than a year to figure this whole thing out, but right now I'm leaning towards I think this is the Flash is the last time he's going to be the Flash.
All right. Let me see here.
At a private residence in Paho, patrol officers responded to a report of an assault that occurred at a get-together in the Leilani Estate subdivision in Lower Puna. According to the Hawaii Police Department, Miller allegedly became irate after being asked to leave and threw a chair, striking a 26-year-old woman on the forehead, resulting in an approximately half-inch cut. The woman refused treatment for the injury.
All right, let me get to the HBO Max. What's this?
Oh, it's
Tokyo Vice.
Yeah, Tokyo Vice,
I
man.
didn't hear that.
It's a sequel to Miami Vice.
Oh, really? No,
I have no idea.
He's at a get-together. He clearly was already acting like an asshole because he got asked to leave. So something was obviously already happening. And when he got told no, or when he got told and asked to leave, he decided to pick up a chair and he threw a chair. Now, it does not say, I'm just going to put this out there, all right? It does not say in the report that he specifically and intentionally picked up the chair to throw it at this girl with the.
That's a good point, but how do you throw a chair by accident?
I mean, he just had a temper tantrum.
And hit a head. That's the thing.
That was just
somebody could have potentially
casualty
died.
of war. I mean, and we don't know how big this girl's head is.
That's actually a good question to bring up, man.
You're blaming it.
The thing is that it was listed on there that she refused treatment. Man, she just wants payday, dude. She's like, oh, that's Ezra Miller.
Well,
dude. I mean, a lot of people do that shit. So it's okay.
Wasn't
I'm not saying
that last
and
week?
he put himself in that position. He put
if an
himself
actor
in that.
threw a chair at me and it hit me in the head, I would,
I mean, if somebody hit me in the head, I want to get paid.
What actor would you like to hit you in the head, though?
I'm thinking maybe I don't know, somebody who I know has money but is really frail.
What?
I mean, Ezra's a good option. It obviously wouldn't be Dwayne Johnson. That guy would kill him.
Oh no!
That chair would go right through me.
I want John Campea to hit me because then I'd make it on YouTube too. Oh my goodness!
I feel like his underarm would probably flap you first, just because he's so old and flabby.
Oh,
hey, don't talk about Max like that.
Thanks, assistant.
To be fair, Campea's like 10 years older than you.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he's pretty old.
Intention of hitting her in the head. He may have. It doesn't say he didn't.
I don't know how you
but
accidentally
it could be,
throw a chair
throwing a little
and hit a head though.
Dick fit
maybe a
and
leg
just picked
or
up a chair
something.
and threw it, and incidentally hit some girl in the head. That
I mean, the
doesn't
chair
really make it any
could have
better.
ricocheted,
But
right?
I just want to say, for the record, that the report isn't super clear on that. The bottom line is this, though. The story in Variety goes on to reaffirm that since March 7th, the Hawaiian police have been
The
called
chair he
about
threw was the one from Game
Ezra
of
Miller
Thrones.
10 times. 10 times, resulting in one arrest, a report about him threatening to kill a couple in their bedroom,
And to burn his slut wife.
and to burn his slut wife, and now is arrested again for throwing a chair and hitting a girl and gashing her head. What is there left to say? Now look, when the first incident happened,
Now here's a different question for you, panelists. Okay, now say you're the boss, and it's
I'm
your
the boss.
reputation on the line, and it's your budgets and your concerns about your universe. Do you still keep Ezra? If I was the boss, I would say no. I would do good PR. I would get a damage control firm, say this is not what we represent. This is not what our WB Warner Brothers characters. Flash is a superhero. This is not anything resembling hero behavior. We also value our talent. And this is not, even though it's Flash in title, it's an ensemble project behind the camera and in front of the camera. There are many more people's performances in this film, and that's why we're still releasing it. But we will not be going forward with Ezra. And do good PR, maybe do some charity where domestic abuse or some type of charity or something like that, and do it in a positive front and tackle it aggressively at the beginning and just release it and move forward. That's what I would do. And then I would not take the risk with this actor again, honestly, because even if Ezra gets it together, there's been also reports of breaking down on set. We don't know if those are accurate or not. But if you were the boss, Isaac, what would you do?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, no more Ezra.
No, I mean, but it's very different when you're the boss. Like, we might say, "Oh, I think I could go for it." If I'm the boss, I'm not doing that. I'm not.
If
Just
I was
not.
a boss, I'd question how I got the job at Warner Brothers as a Warner Brothers boss.
No,
I'm just
Isaac,
kidding.
you're the multiverse of movies. You should have that job.
You know what? You heard it here first, folks. This is gonna be on my resume. It's gonna say Max says I should. I'm just
No,
kidding,
but if it's your reputation on the line as this impacts. Fortunately, they are a new area with Discovery merger with Zaslav. He's in charge and he has room to grow. But if someone else had this tentpole film and emboldened with this shit show, I would not. I would be like, enough is enough. Is that
I completely agree with everything you said. It's at some point you have to wonder if somebody's a liability.
Yeah. Ryan, I know you're going to be happy with this scenario. You're the boss.
I'm the boss. See,
You're the boss. Well, I know you're going to reach out to Zach
first things
first.
first, nobody talks over the boss. I'll tell you that much. First thing at first, I fly him out to my private island. We're gonna rehabilitate this guy. You're not gonna see him for a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, we're gonna beat the devil out of him. We're gonna beat him. Yeah. Who is that? Who that? Oh yeah. So no. To be honest, I'd make him go through some sort of program, AAA, something like that, he's got to pay his dues, maybe do some charity work, maybe volunteer work, just build his rep, just build him back up, if that don't work, then cut him loose.
Okay. Just George, you're the boss now, and it's your reputation on the line. Do you still keep Ezra on the projects, or do you move on?
I would probably move on. Well, I mean, we should get to the bottom of his behavior their behavior, because there's rumors that they're going through a personal thing right now in Hawaii. Why they're still in Hawaii, though, I'm not too sure. We don't know what exactly is going on, but
Yeah,
depending on how that,
I would say that's sad, but bad behavior,
yeah.
personal tragedy doesn't justify bad behavior. So
Yeah, and again, I think they should move on from them, because this is impacting a pretty big film where you're seeing Michael Keaton return. Ben Affleck
Yeah,
is
that's why I think
last
it won't be shelved indefinitely because of Keaton.
Ben Affleck, is this his last performance as Batman, or is the door still open? Either way, people are excited for that. Sasha Calle, this film could be big for her career.
mhm.
So like that also impacts her. Michael Shannon's returning as Zod. Like a lot of people are going to be affected by this film and its perception. And Ezra's playing a superhero. So this is like there's a lot going for this film, and with Ezra's bad publicity, I know some people say it may not affect the film, but if this behavior continues like for the next year, it's not going to be good for the film.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree with him. If it continues, I mean, even Campia brought up like what four scenarios, situations, whatever that have gone or happened. I mean, and there was the weird thing with the KKK thing last year. I mean, everybody's like, oh yeah, Ezra, he doesn't have social media. He has no social media presence. And the minute that fool gets on social media, he starts doing all kinds of weird shit. And I'm like, okay, this is why you didn't have social media. So maybe he should not have a way of interacting, online, showing his exploits. Maybe this is just typical Ezra, and we've never known this because nobody's really been looking at the guy. So it's like whatever.
All right. I want to get to the part where they discuss what you should, where he says, I believe he says they shouldn't release this film. Like what? No, that
That'd be
just creates
stupid.
that is no. I don't think that's on. I mean, if I'm wrong, I will take the L, and I think everyone would take the L if they don't release this film.
Oh yeah.
I just don't see that's possible.
Does it
Like
exist?
like Grace said, there's contracts in place not to release it in some form for movies. You have so many contracts, and then it's going to create another scenario with this fandom and this studio of an unreleased film. I mean, be with the history of the Snyderverse and releasing or the Snyder cut, Ryan.
Mhm.
Why would you take on another scenario where you have almost finished product that you're not going to release? That would be so detrimental just based on the context of this whole studio in the past. They have the Ayer cut, they have released the Snyder
I mean,
cut.
he's in the Ayer cut, I mean, it's the same scene you've seen, but I mean, he's in the Ayer cut, so he's in, he's mixed in with all the stuff.
But how would you justify that based on the history and create another groundswell moment with your fandom? OWB is not releasing another film. Oh my God, you can't do it. I don't see there's any possibility of that. I mean, how plausible do you think that is, Ryan?
I think it's possible given time. Not really. I mean, if they were like, yo, we're gonna go ahead and let's greenlight this thing, let's get these actors back under contract. I think that they would be looking for other people to. Yeah, I think that they would be looking for other candidates to possibly replace Ezra. I think that would, just for like I said, dude, he's just an actor. If he were to unfortunately pass away, right? And they were like, yo, we still want to see this iteration, these movies, whatever. They would have to, unfortunately, we have to, replace Ezra. They wouldn't just, we can just bring a Kid Flash, and that'll replace Flash.
I
never did, Isaac. I never did. I don't know.
God damn, you responded quickly. I literally just sent it.
Boy, he's eyeing that like a hawk.
It's like you get a notification when that word's used.
He's like, not today, Isaac. Not today.
All right. Well, let's watch a little more of this here.
A couple years ago, when Ezra Miller came out of that club, and grabbed the woman by the throat and took him to the ground. And we said, well, Warner Brothers has to address this, but they won't, and they didn't. Warner Brothers' strategy and philosophy at that time was, shh, let's just not talk about it. We'll drop a new trailer for something, and everybody, the dumb lemmings out there of the world, they'll just forget all about it. They'll overlook this.
Which is, it's strange because that's the exact opposite of what they did to David Ayer's Suicide Squad and Zack Snyder's Justice League. They had a lot to say, and they interfered. They changed things around, and they're like, we got to do this, we got to do that. And yet they allow the Flash to get away with this.
Frankly, that's two completely different things.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, I was going to say. But
well, do you think Robert Meyer backed down with the conversation there, or do you think he was actually kidding?
Yeah, I think he was
that
kidding.
Okay.
He jokes around a lot.
Yeah, I think he's just being very nice to John.
Okay.
He likes John.
He adopted the
yeah.
philosophy of, let's just not talk about this. Let's not address this. Let's not bring it up. We'll have Ezra lay low for a bit. We'll just wait for this to all quietly breeze over. Then the second thing happened where he gets arrested. Nothing from Warner Brothers. I mean, I wasn't expecting them to come out and say we're firing Ezra Miller. I wasn't expecting that, but to at least come out and say, yeah, we here at the studio, we're concerned by what we're seeing. We are looking into the matter. We are doing our due diligence. We're talking with Ezra right now. Like, say something. But again, Warner Brothers, before Zaslav and Discovery took over, their philosophy was, shh, let's just not talk about it.
Do you think that's accurate? That's
Yes.
accurate?
He's accurate, I believe.
Yeah, I think they not handling things, and I think that's
See,
the law,
and inaction is still an action, right? And that's I argue with my friend all the time. He's like, yeah, but an inaction means that you're not doing it. Yeah, but you're not.
My ads say I need a man's ear, not not that I
a bro. He's getting a bro. He's getting.
I just remembered.
But yeah, like I said, an inaction is still an action. It shows that you are not willing to take action, and that is that's a testament to your inability to lead.
Mm-hmm.
Then the thing comes out where he threatened people's lives, going to burn that slut wife to death, and stole their wallet and all that kind of stuff. And again, Warner Brothers' philosophy was, shh. He just got arrested again. He threw a chair, hit a girl in the head.
Did I tell you I bought our car from Carvana?
Yeah, man.
It was so easy.
A Carvana.
What's up with your ads, Max?
I don't know.
I know. I thought we were paying you enough so you could get.
Isn't
YouTube Red.
funny anymore. And here's the thing too.
Was it ever though?
I mean, I think what we as human beings can do is can laugh at our misbehavior sometimes as a part of being human, maybe to a degree, while still trying to take it seriously. But at some point, it even crosses that line where it's like, look, Ezra Miller is an individual who is clearly in need of help. Clearly in need of help. And number one, they are doing nothing to acknowledge or get themselves the help they clearly need. Number two, they're being enabled by people around them, not forcing them.
I do. That's a good topic there. Do you feel that inaction is enabling Ezra? I believe so. I think even bringing Ezra on for another project would be detrimental to Ezra, honestly.
Well, there was
Ezra's
that clip. Did you see the clip today? I forgot who posted it. There was a clip today where it showed Ezra Miller on TV, and then the guy's phone or girl's phone, whoever, panned over, and he was just there, kind of shooting the shit with somebody else. Like he didn't care. He was disconnected or whatever. I don't know the situation. I don't know if he was just having fun, but it just seemed like wow, he's so disconnected from this. He's just like, I don't know. I think that over time, yes, the inaction has sort of enabled his mind to be like, yo, I'm a celebrity. I can do what I want.
I just sent that to you, Max.
What?
The clip that Ryan was talking about.
Oh, hold on. Who's this from?
I saw it on Twitter earlier.
Yeah,
I
know. I just sent it to you. I don't know if that's the person that recorded it, but that's the clip itself.
All right, hold on. Let me bring this up.
Max using his computer. Wow. He must be confused all the time.
Take a minute.
I think he's booting up. I think he's booting it up.
It's gonna take a minute.
Remember, Max.
Hey,
Don't
we
hit
got
the red
29
button.
viewers. If you haven't,
You're
hit
gonna
the
hear
like
whirring
button,
like.
Max, if you see a dinosaur, remember that means that your internet's not working.
there's music.
Is there music? I mean, I guess just
You don't have
mute
to
it.
have the music on. It's
Yeah.
just visual, pure visual. That's all it needs.
Okay. Oh, what is this?
It's just him on screen, on the news, and then the person pans over and he's just kind of there sitting,
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, just it's
like a
just
10
it's sort of
second
surreal.
I think I saw that like around Twitter. I was wondering what it was.
Wow, that is weird. Interesting. What do you think of that? Oh, did I show it?
You did not show it.
Oh,
Of course,
God
the
damn
boomer moment.
Oh,
There he is.
I
There's
was
the
like,
there's
oh,
the boomer at work.
Epic boomer moment.
I watched it 3 times. I watched it 3.
Yeah,
good
there
thing
he's
that
on
there's-
screen.
Is the volume on?
No, because there's music.
And there he is.
Oh,
in the
Max doesn't
park.
want to vibe.
So yeah, so he's just kind of like dancing, and there's music playing. I think I saw somebody with a guitar, so I think he's just kind of bopping. to
Oh,
the
this
music.
guy.
Oh, what's going
Oh.
on, guys? Here
Hey,
comes
Nick, it's
trouble.
There's the guitar. Oh, you missed it.
This is kind of weird because it's kind of like, look, I see Ezra, but I also see him on TV.
My
Oh,
DM.
you're
It's a
looking at
it's a
your
multiverse.
DMs.
Whoops.
Let's go in the
He's
ink.
wearing a Flash shirt. He supports the Flash.
Max exposed me.
What's going on, you guys?
You don't want anyone exposing themselves.
That was a little weird that you saw like him on TV
Yeah.
about being
he
arrested, and then
seemed real
him talking.
natural.
Yeah, he's talking to 3 women
Maybe
and
he's
just having a
explaining.
conversation, or he's talking about God knows what.
You know,
I mean,
I there is something that I'm thinking that I don't want to really throw out there because I don't have any proof, but maybe it's because people do have multiple personality disorders, and we wouldn't know because that's private, and I don't really want to get in this private health. But honestly, it's kind of like you see him in different things, and he seems like a different person all the time. I'm
he is
wondering.
an actor, so I mean, he plays different roles.
No, but I mean real. I think I don't want to. Listen, I want to be cautious when I throw that out there. I'm not saying he does, or I'm not saying Ezra does, but
You're saying as a possibility.
I just seeing that too. Just that's what pops in my head. If I'm gonna be real and I'm gonna be raw in general, my thoughts are
Going
seeing
hard.
that is that it seems like a totally different person.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's
and
weird.
this is a real disease. I'm not saying that's what he has, or not saying that's what Ezra has, but and I also don't want to. No, I'm not going to touch that other thing because
That's what she said.
I'm not
How
going.
did you
I'm not
know?
going. I'm not going to touch the other. I'm just going to let that other thing go because I don't know how to go through that minefield of a topic. Never mind. I was trying to think of
Boomer
it.
moment from
I
Nuts.
drink to that.
I can tell you in the private chat what I was thinking.
Well, look,
let's
I
go.
mean, I saw what you were saying earlier that you think the Flash movie will get released. I think it will get released. They've already filmed the damn movie. I mean, it's possible that they could go back and reshoot all of his scenes or do something like that. But I just, after what happened with 2017's Justice League, I don't think that's even something that they want to explore.
The new character will
or-
have a mustache.
Yeah, or try out, because here you have Discovery who's taken over. And do you think they want to be like, hey guys, I got this idea. Let's reshoot the Flash with a new actor. Fuck yeah, let's go. No, they're gonna be like, okay, hold on, let's weather the storm.
He's like, Zaslav approves.
Zaslav the magician. But no, I mean, it's coming out next year, so you figure by the time it comes out next year, hopefully all this crap would have blown over. If he stays out of trouble, until the movie comes out, no one's gonna care. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, I can't wait to see the Flash.
Yeah.
If anything, it brings more
Attention.
publicity to the movie, if we keep talking about it. But I mean, the idea that even that that the movie could be released earlier, I think would be a horrible idea. Because right now it's like, if there's ever a time not to do it, you just had Fantastic Beasts open up to like one of the worst, to be the worst Harry
Fantastic
Potter
Beasts.
Wizarding World movie ever released. And then you're like, oh, let's go ahead and bring up the Flash now. Fuck it. No, I don't think so. I think they're going to be like, keep that thing next year, and we'll worry about that later.
Mm-hmm. Hans, this is the whole movie talk, and movie talk on YouTube is covering it. I understand. I don't plan on covering it tomorrow. My main topic I wanted to do a little different. Just so you know, Hans and Nicotina, is not just the Ezra thing. Is why bother? My main topic was why bother with live action actors at all in the future for these multiverse. There's a
They should all be animated.
In the future, the technology's there, less
like
risk.
they're doing with Luke Skywalker.
Why? I mean, when you get to the nuts and bolts of it, when you get to some of the action scenes, now if you talk about Zack Snyder, he does a lot of physical or practical stunt work with the actors, but a lot of these, like Marvel, like say the MCU, a lot of the stuff is CG anyway, and then you don't have these bloated budgets trying to keep everyone together. I just foresee in the future, why go down this route? The talent, when you have a cast this big and this many projects where they're supposed to be in multiple projects, I believe it's much of a risk, and there's an opportunity for something different in the future. I honestly think that. Do you see a future where live action multiverses, especially not like standalone movies? I think there's always opportunities there for live action actors there, but for these huge expansive multiverses, why do you risk it with actors that are interconnected in this multiverse, where stuff like this, shit like this can happen and affects so many people and so properties? Nicotina, do you see a future with that?
No.
Okay.
I mean, no, in the sense that there's always going to be real actors. I mean, I think that you can do
voice actors
to a certain extent, but when we're talking about big budget movies, not everybody wants to go see an animated movie. People were like, oh, I don't want to go see a cartoon. I'll wait till it comes out on video.
Why? I mean, you just think
that's how old I am. Video.
You just think the general consumer they just want live action. Like what if in the future, after, and some people will be happy when this Pattinson's done with his Batman run, we have a new The Batman, and this time it's CG with a voice actor. Really great CG, amazing CG.
I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but I just don't.
You don't think there's a market for it yet?
Not yet. Now, if you did an entire CG Batman movie, I think it would do really well, but it doesn't have the weight of having real actors because it's harder. I mean, essentially, you're making an animated movie regardless, even if it's just really good CG. I mean, we see really good CG when we're playing PS5. The graphics are incredible, and they're using mocap technology to get the actors' faces moving around and shit. So I think that at a certain point, you have to have that bit of that realism, that bit of like an actual person,
kind of like that one show with
like Avatar.
Like Avatar, yeah. Avatar is a good example. Bright is a good example.
Sam Worthington,
yes. And things of that nature.
Yeah. And the girl, what was her name?
Sigourney Weaver?
No.
I forgot the Navi. You're talking about the Navi girl?
Zoe Saldana?
Oh,
Zoe Saldana. Yeah, she's the other one. CGI. But I just don't think actors are going to be like, wait, so I don't have a home now. I just wear a mocap suit, or I just talk to a mic and do my lines, and then I mean, if that's the case, I mean, it doesn't matter what an actor looks like. Home. I mean, an actor, actor or actress can weigh 500 pounds. It wouldn't matter as long as he had a good voice. Like, hey, it works for me.
I mean, I could actually be Doom then if that happens.
You can be, you can be Dr. Doom.
Well, I should have chimed in right after you said 500 pounds. I'm not 500 pounds. I'm just saying I could do it.
Max is a show for that. My 600-pound life. Have you ever seen that?
Oh my,
It's rough. Those poor people.
Kavari, how is this Snyder's fault?
It's not his fault. Look, here's the thing. People are always going to say, "Oh, it's Snyder's fault. It's Snyder's fault." Here's the problem. It's
For
WB's
Ezra?
fault. No, I'm just saying in general. Like everyone's going to say it's Snyder's fault just for everything, the way everything has gone with DC. The problem is that it's WB's fault for how they handled their properties. If they just would have stuck, stayed the course and finished out their story arc and then did a Flashpoint movie and reset everything, nobody would be in the same situation we're in now. I mean, nobody would be like, oh, FWB, I hate them, and this guy, we're this group, we're that group. You know what I mean? We, could be. You never know. Like that stuff would never exist. But because WB handled it so poorly and so horribly, they created this monster.
Hey,
What's up, Zod?
What's up, guys?
How's it going, man?
Hey,
I
man.
wonder where you were at.
Great to see all of you. I just wanted to say right off the bat, though, replace Ezra Miller with Millie Bobby Brown. Problem solved.
What the hell are you talking
You know,
about?
Mecha Random's gonna find that offensive.
Oh,
Millie Bobby Brown.
I'm
Why?
just kidding.
To make it woke? I don't know.
Oh my
God.
Max hates woke.
I love you, Zod. I don't know where you're going with that. With Millie Bobby Brown.
No, I just think it.
What about Grant Gustin?
No.
Nah.
No.
No.
He's done it on TV, and he's waned in popularity over the years, so there's no point
Yes,
in
that's true.
bringing him into theaters.
Oh, okay.
I agree. No Grant Gustin. Leave him. Leave him on the
Nicotina, I
CW.
love your new logo, man. Good job.
Let's get Chris Rock to
Did-
play
did-
Flash.
Hey,
Ryan-
thanks, man.
Did Ryan draw that one?
I drew it. I actually made it, and then Ryan added the inner circle.
Oh, that's really cool.
He's like,
man.
"That's
I
good
really-
right there." I was like,
I really
Yeah,
like-
yeah. I was
really
like,
like it.
that's
It's almost like you're sending out a signal.
Yeah, that's the idea.
It's really cool.
I'll be right back.
All right, cool. Let's watch a little bit more of
Oh, boy.
Oh boy. All right.
To get the help that they need. And number 3, they're being employed by a studio that has been completely turning a blind eye, only further enabling the behavior that we've seen.
A studio that has 9 figures invested into a movie that he's the headliner
Multiple
of.
movies.
Well, yeah, multiple movies, but I mean,
Multiple big, huge IPs. He's in the world of DC and in the world of Harry Potter and all that kind of stuff. And the most they've done was when I was at that Harry Potter advanced screening and they did the Q&A, just didn't have Ezra be there. Ezra didn't show up. Clearly, Ezra hasn't been doing any press for this. When we were talking about the last incident, the question came up with people, do they fire him now? To which I said, at the time, well, I mean, you fire him after The Flash comes out because it's too late for The Flash. That movie is shot.
Yeah, I just don't think you even need to fire him. I just don't act on his contract. Don't act on his contract. Don't put him in don't risk
I mean,
future contracts.
I agree.
Just phase him out.
They don't need to make a statement like that.
Yeah.
And again, dude, time will tell. Anything can happen from now and then.
He can clean himself up. I mean, it's not that hard. There's enough time in between.
Okay.
Between now and when the movie comes out.
I don't see. I'm open to that for sure. That opinion, Razad. I just don't see how that's plausible based on this. You're worried about what's going to happen next month.
Well,
and even if Ezra stays squeaky clean, this is still going to come up during the press tour.
Well, he needs to stay. He needs to stay the hell out of Hawaii. That's for sure. Because there's something in the air over there that's making him act nutty. I don't know.
Well, the thing is that he's into a lot of crazy shit, and in his personal life.
Sorry, I had to get my dog.
No excuse.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Aw.
Is that
What's your dog's
Molly?
name?
Molly.
Hey, Molly.
after Molly Ringwald?
Yes, that's it.
That's a perfect match.
What's that?
But yeah, I mean, he's but Ezra has to be sort of accepting of help. He has to identify that. Yeah, I got a problem. He might not be at that stage. He might be like, "No, there's no problem's not me. The problem's the lady. She got
We're
in the way
not-
of the
we're not-
chair."
We're not going to watch too much more Xeno. We're just.
Oh, this is my female doppelganger in the bottom left corner.
Oh, what?
Oh, there you are.
There I am.
Why
So,
don't you? Where's your polka dot shirt at?
Oh wow, I do kind of.
What you guys don't know is that I moonlight as a woman on the John Campea show.
I really like your wig.
I did know
That is
I
awesome.
thought that. Now,
Interesting.
just thanks for
He
the
gets
confirmation.
he gets more super chats that way.
I'm on the payroll.
It's uncanny. Oh my god.
I know. You know who found that was Axel Droga sent me that one day. He was like, "Hey, look what I found your sister." I was like, "He's like, or is that you?" I'm like,
The
"Oh shit,
multiverse Nicotina. Multiverse.
there it is."
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I see it.
But you do all the best
I
things you
just
can
want to get to the point where they say what they should be doing with the project, like the film.
and start acknowledging the situation in public, make some comments, blah, 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 then just get through the release of the film. But you can't do anything else about the film now. It's done. It's in the can. I take that all back. I take it all back. This movie is now going to become a poison apple. You
Get
can't
outta here.
release this film.
That's what I
That's
wanted
so
to
stupid.
That's
Come
what I
on.
wanted to get people to. That you cannot
He's an
release
idiot.
this film.
That's the same thing as when he said that Gal Gadot was a terrible casting, that they casted an underwear model. It's the same thing when he said,
I can't even piss standing up.
"I'm Robert Pattinson, asshole. I don't do that." It's the
Oh,
same
I
thing.
don't work out. Yeah.
Like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
just going for the shock value of people saying, "Dude,
Yeah.
you can't be said they shouldn't even release it." You know what I mean?
I don't-
This guy's the biggest WB shill.
All they'll do is if Ezra is not in a better place by the time the movie they're ready to start ramping things up on releasing the movie and stuff, they'll probably go in and they'll shoot a multiverse scene that transfers Barry Allen into a different actor, because there's a multiverse out for that, where ultimately this whole thing derived initially from Flashpoint. So essentially you could have a new Barry Allen at the end of the whole thing, and that would be perfectly comic book acceptable if you did that. So essentially they've got an out if they really need to get rid of Ezra, but I don't see them I don't see them completely shelving the film or throwing it away, because they've put too much money into it. The worst they'll do is maybe say, okay, we're just going to put this thing on HBO Max because all the bad press, but they're not going to
replace him with Jessica Chastain.
They got too many cameos, too many people involved with the movie for it to be shit can.
Right. It's really a Michael Keaton Batman movie. That's what people are forgetting.
It's like a pseudo Justice League movie because they're having all these characters in the movie, and
if you don't release the Flash, you can't release Batgirl either. That's the other thing he's missing.
Think of everything that's gotten set up with this film.
You cannot just not release the Flash, and then you're like, okay, well,
John has a tendency to show us a side of himself that we don't really need to see. John, pull your pants back up, man. You're embarrassing.
Whoa!
He's just going for the shock value. I mean, look, he says that real. Nobody reacts to it on this panel. They're all just like, okay,
they all look
I know. They're like
half dead. They all look half dead, and my good friend Robert needs to put his glasses back on because he doesn't look very happy right now.
No, I'm sorry. Robert is just unfortunately, dude, he's the only likable person so far on the show.
To say, and I know we have fans of Robert here. I messaged him, he ignored me.
Oh well, Max. I
messaged him the other day.
I don't know.
Me.
Really?
I asked him a question and he responded like within minutes. So I was like, all right,
he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
No
great guy.
Coincidence here.
I don't want to be an ass, but
he's like, I don't talk to people in masks.
No, don't worry about it, man.
I think it's because I did this,
dude. I love Campia.
I think it's because I did that, and he has some asshole friends. No shade on him. No shade on him, but I think that might be a reason. I don't know.
Probably not. He probably hasn't even seen it, Max.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, look, is what Ezra is doing bad? Yeah, it's fucking bad, but I mean, they're not going to cancel the movie. If anything, if they really wanted to get rid of him and bury Barry Allen or Ezra's Barry Allen, they just leave him in the Snyderverse and be like, yeah, we're done. Let's move on. That's what they're gonna do. Oh,
All right,
he
so
goes back to the Snyderverse. You never see him again.
Let's
They'll be like,
see
"Yeah,
let's
we
see
did
if let's see if the heads start nodding. Yes,
Two
John.
left.
Yes,
Another Hamada.
yes, John.
I just want to see.
really
I just want to see if the female Nicotina says anything.
Yeah, I want to know what you want to hear what I said. Watch, just listen in.
Made a
sure you have
great,
it in
I think it was
1080p.
Aaron who made this great.
Yes, it was me.
Oh,
It was whatever
probably-
great thing was
probably.
said. I said it.
Which is this? What are you gonna do now? You can't put him on the press tour. He can't promote this film. There's no journalist worth their salt that isn't going to sit down for a promo interview about Flash and not say, so tell us about the girl you hit in the head with the chair.
How
Tell
was
us-
Hawaii?
Yeah, how was Hawaii?
Did you have fun?
That's so nicotine.
How many
I know.
experiences?
Totally. Wow.
You know, they're going to say, so,
All right,
you know,
Nicotina. Okay,
I need to get her on my show. Jesus.
Yeah,
this is
even her
gonna be amazing.
mannerisms are like you, bro.
How was Hawaii?
How was Hawaii?
Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
It's
Crazy.
uncanny.
Spot on.
That's incredible.
That's me if I was a woman.
I prefer the woman version. I can't lie, Nicotina. I don't know. I love you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, maybe if you wore more polka dots.
Oh, you got a problem with polka dot?
no,
man?
tell us about this slut wife you were going to burn to death.
Ooh.
Or what was it like being arrested twice in Hawaii? Or, hey, was there any connection? Was there any relation between the woman you threatened to burn in Hawaii and the girl you choked down in what was it, Finland that he was in at the time? I can't even remember what country that was. this time.
Iceland, idiot.
Iceland, you're right.
Yeah.
And
Like, thank you.
so at this point, it's like everybody used to say, well, just recast it and reshoot his scenes. This isn't like Kevin Spacey in that Mark Wahlberg movie where they replaced him with Christopher Plummer, where he had 7 scenes and you can just easily, fairly inexpensively switch it up. This is the star of your movie, who, according to the trailer, is playing more
Why
than.
does John Campia have a panel if he just talks there for like?
Yeah, he talks.
I mean,
he doesn't
He
let
loves to
nobody
hear himself
speak.
talk.
He doesn't let nobody speak. And here's the thing. I got news for John. There's a little movie out there in Hollywood, and when there's a movie that's full of Hollywood lore about the lead actor getting replaced late in the game, and the movie was still a huge success, and it was called Back to the Future.
Back
So
to the
you know
Future.
what? If they really wanted
Hmm.
to replace Ezra Miller with a different actor, they could do it. It would just cost them some money. So,
Yeah.
John, it's not impossible. So stop being an idiot. I mean, come on, dude.
Cause a shitload of money.
Rob
too.
looks so miserable.
Well, he
for
always does. He
real.
always, like whenever it's just him and Rob just sits there and
He
you
doesn't
can see
say
Rob,
nothing.
You can see Rob kind of wanting to open his mouth, but then Campy's like, I like, shut the fuck up, dude. Let Rob talk.
Right,
He's a
dude.
Well,
lot
I'm
more
pretty sure
knowledgeable than you are.
Robert doesn't talk unless
Bro,
he's probably been instructed. Hey, so don't say anything. If I ask you the question, then answer it. You know what I mean?
next time I have Robert.
Well,
on,
you know
on
what
my
the funny?
show,
You know what the
I'm gonna
funny?
ask him straight out. I'm gonna be like, why doesn't John ever let you talk?
Because it's
No,
called the
th-
John
Oh, no,
Campia
you,
show.
There-
you know,
there
you're,
was
you're
one-
gonna
there was
cancel.
one
Oh, but he does
Campia
let me
show.
talk. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, he does.
That's
he's
simple,
really
man.
long-winded.
There was one
though.
episode where he was like visual. He was like, he
Yeah.
was like, remember that episode?
Yeah, he was
Yes.
sweating and
You
seething.
know what? You know what the funniest thing was? I heard on Twitter or somewhere or on his show that he's like, I think we're gonna rename the show something else than the John Campia show. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It's all about you, John. There's no why is he gonna change the name of his show?
I
He
mean,
actually put
his
that out
ego's
there.
too big for his channel.
Well, it's got to have John in the name of it. You know, it's not.
The really big John Campia show.
All right, so
I don't know.
AMC
is
movie talk.
Overcompensating for something.
we're almost done here.
One
Okay.
version of himself. So he's in a lot of scenes. So it's cost prohibitive. But you know what? I think at this point, I'm going to make an about face on this and say, DC, Warner Brothers, now under David Zaslav, who like, happy birthday to me if you're David Zaslav. Look what I get to inherit, this freaking mess. It's going to be interesting to see how Zaslav deals with this, because from what I've understood, David Zaslav does not suffer fools. So I don't know what's going to happen here. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't put it past David Zaslav, the new boss of Warner Media, to come in and say, F this. Like, this is an embarrassment to the company.
Oh yeah, Certa Pro.
That's my to-do list.
I'm giving him his ad money.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I mean, that's what he's about.
Our company is based on our reputation with our consumers. This
Oh,
is an
yeah.
embarrassment
What
to
a
us.
reputation.
This is
PR work
humiliating to us.
for Warner
Get
Brothers
rid of
right
this
now?
guy.
Yeah.
If it's
You
going to
think he's
cost us
doing a little PR
120
work?
million to reshoot those shots, 120 million it is. If we got to push it off, this imaginary movie, as Chris would call it, if we got to push this imaginary movie off another year, push it off another year, reshoot this. Whether he will or won't, or find another way to deal with it, at least I think he's going to deal with it some way. But I'm starting to think, yeah, I was against it, but now I'm for it. You got to take Ezra Miller out of the Flash. You got to take him out. He's going to destroy the movie. Ezra Miller is taking themselves and their career down the toilet, and they're going to drag Warner Brothers with them.
God, what a blanket
They're
indictment!
going to drag Warner
John.
Brothers with them.
Like he knows
All
more
right,
than
that's
he allegedly knows more than everybody else.
Well,
right?
he's
Because he's John Campea.
No, I mean he's allowed his opinion. I think
it's like
I just think listen, and I have friends that agree with him.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, if Ezra doesn't straighten up and he can't be redeemed, there's things that need to be done. But at the same time, it's like the way John Campea just sort of goes automatically to the extreme. It's hilarious to me.
Yeah, Ryan, that's a good point. But when Kevin Spacey was taking out all the money in the world before launch, it was a smaller part. This
Much
is
smaller.
He's the title character and potentially has 3 versions of himself.
It could be reshot. It could be reshot in less time than another year. They wouldn't need another year. It would just, but it wouldn't be. It's not impossible. Money makes it all possible.
Okay. Any final? Go ahead.
I just don't think that okay, for instance, if tomorrow, Monday, Warner Bros. Discovery announces that they are going to recast Ezra Miller's The Flash, and they're going to reshoot all of his scenes. Okay. If you do that, and it comes out that he is suffering from mental illness and that he's being treated for it, I think that you have then opened up a bigger bag of worms, because now you've taken somebody who has, you can argue, has a disability, and you're using that against them, and you're essentially taking their work away from them. You're punishing them for having mental illness. I think the best thing you can do is try to help that individual, because think about all the different foundations, the people who support mental illness, they might all turn against you. Not to mention the filmmakers and people in the industry who feel very strongly about mental illness and who have kids, family, or themselves that deal with mental illness. I just don't think that's something that you want to address immediately.
That's an interesting angle, Nicotine, that we should go around the panel. A good topic conversation before we move on. That there is potential there where if Ezra is inflicted with a mental illness, which I think most of us believe that Ezra is, and makes it public, and that Ezra's seeking help and struggling with it, and you take away one of Ezra's last pieces of work, there could be potentially some backlash there. But on the same point, I disagree with you, because then there's violence. Once you get to the part where there's violence, it's more than being arrested. It's putting your hands on other people.
Right. No, and I agree with that. But
that's where it goes to a different.
Then you'll be in another Michael Keaton movie called The Dream Team.
That's right.
No, but like I agree with that. But at what point do you say, when should his employers, or when should they have intervened? When did they notice this? When were these symptoms prevalent? And why was nothing done about it? And then, is that another avenue you want to go down by replacing it?
Even though WB, and let's go around with that question, because I want to hear Isaac and just George on that too, of the scenario that Nicotina presented, that if Ezra is having issues behind the scenes, seeking help, and then you take away the project of someone that you don't want to be against, your employees with disabilities. Now I lost my train of thought. God damn it.
Well, typically
a
that's a
boomer.
protected status at most workplaces. I don't, Hollywood's a little bit different, but I just think that if you do something like that, then that's another thing that you have to address publicly as a company that is just got taken over. By
What I
Discovery,
want?
merged,
Oh,
whatever.
that's the point I wanted to make. I'm sorry that even though
I was just trying to get you there.
WB's technology or WB's
Like a
the
moth
perception
to
of
the
WB
flame.
is horrible with the relations. We really don't know if things are not being addressed behind the scenes, that they are asking Ezra to get help or working with
We don't know.
We don't know. Like I
don't
think
know what you don't
Ryan said before, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But the real thing is, though, based on WB, I don't think much. I think they are so mismanaged that I don't think they handle things correctly. So I'm assuming, without any knowledge, that I don't know if things behind the scenes, that they are not handling things good behind the scenes either, because they don't handle anything good, in my opinion. So as we go around the panel, and then we'll move on to another topic. Ryan, you've said this before. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but based on your perception of WB, do you think there is? I don't think they're handling it.
I think that they have sent out a representative at the least, to contact. I would hope to contact, Ezra Miller's agent, or a manager or whoever is in charge of his estate, whatever, and has gotten word to Ezra, hey, you do work for us. I mean, he wasn't there for the press screen. It's not because he was chilling in Hawaii, but for the Dumbledore movie, it's because he was not asked to go, and that wasn't because Warner Brothers was like, your invitation. I don't remember. I think we sent it.
I'm sure they asked him. You need to stay put.
To Iceland.
He went to Iceland, but I think that's a clear sign that yes, Warner Brothers is involved in it. But how much, to what degree, I don't know. I mean, like we've always said, and so far, man, I've seen nothing from them. Yes, they want to probably keep it under the rug, hush hush. They don't want to bring a lot to the public of what's going on or what their position is. And I think at the end of the day, that really works for them, even though personal or our perception is that they're not handling their shit. But if the less that they put out there for the public to digest, the less of a public opinion that can be made against them. And that's the final word.
All right.
That's the
Zod,
fact,
do you think that WB is handling behind the scenes with your opinion on WB?
Come after me.
Well, maybe now because Zaslav is there and it's a new regime, so maybe they are. But here's my thing. I had read somewhere that somebody had said something about Ezra Miller possibly suffering from multiple personality disorder.
I said that.
Have you guys heard anything from that about that?
No, that was my guess.
No, but I had read something online about that. So I don't know if that's necessarily now. If that's the case, then yeah, he really does have, that's a illness that, I mean, so like Nicotina was saying. So again, they'll probably wait it out and see what happens. I think it would be irrational to do what John Campea said, which was to basically just recast and start all over again. I think they'll wait and see, and they'll see where things are. And if he does get recast, it won't happen until after this movie's already out.
I mean, for all we know, Campea might have even been asked, like, "Hey, what do you think about it? Put out this narrative and see how they respond." You know what I mean?
Right.
Because he was praising WB or WBD, what do you want to call them these days? He was praising them and talking about Zaslav and talking about all this, but then he says, recast him. So it's interesting. I felt like he was doing his own version.
He's
of
a flip flopper.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to pad his access, whatever. But I just don't think that you
can't say that.
What
about the access?
Why?
Because people get upset.
Oh, okay. But no, I just think that if you do that, then you're essentially you are giving people another reason to get upset. You're you're empowering those people who want to make noise about this. And I think that the best thing for you to do is just to work with the individual and just try and weather the storm. Now, if he continues to do crazy stuff and getting arrested again and again,
we already said that last time, though, Nicotina. We always said if Ezra continues to do it, and it is continuing.
I mean, at least his actions are contained. I mean, he's on an island.
You can't. Ezra escapes
It's
the
a
island.
small
What the
sample
hell?
size.
That's your
Yeah,
example.
he can't get out. It's like Escape
Ezra's
from
on
New
the
York.
island. Ezra unleashed.
The only way I think he
He's like,
deserves.
I'm not trapped on an island with you. You're trapped on an island with me.
The only way he deserves a pass
Hot oil in
is
the
if he is suffering from some kind of mental illness. Otherwise, I mean, if
Well,
he's
I
just,
have
if he's
an
just
update
being,
from-
if he's just
He's a
being
dumbass.
yeah,
I
if
have
he's
an
just being
update
an
from
a-hole,
Grace.
then they should just
But
replace
I
him.
want to
Period.
get to Isaac. I want to get to Isaac and George. Isaac, based on WB, now you've been extremely critical of WB for not handling it in the first place. And if they would have listened to you, people like you, when the first choking incident happened, they may not be in this situation. Do you, based on your history of watching WB, do you think they are handling things behind the scenes?
Oh yeah, definitely. They're obviously handling it. I doubt they're just putting this under the rug. I doubt.
Hey,
I don't
Jade.
see any company doing that. I've said too much already on the Ezra. All I have to really
You're gonna
say
get in
is,
trouble.
You're gonna get in trouble, Isaac. You need to slow down.
Get in trouble.
yeah,
WB's
got
Hamada's coming for you.
They gonna get you, man.
I just heard a knock on my door. Oh my god, it's a mott. No, I'm just kidding.
I see you in there, Isaac. Open the door.
This is
You'll
Team
never take me
Zaslav.
alive.
Team Zaslav.
But yeah, look, I just hope for the best. I don't want Ezra's career over. I actually really hope.
But
that-
do you
Open the
think
door. I know you're in there, you son of a bitch.
No, you'll never take my Blu-ray copy of.
You were supposed to support us.
New picture. You're looking great, Jade.
You were
Thank you
supposed
for
to bring
joining
us together, not leave us in darkness.
So Isaac, but the question is, do you think they're actually handling things behind the
He
scenes?
would have chosen one.
I really
Yeah.
want to focus on. I just don't think they're. I think they're scrambling. I don't think they're actually working with Ezra. My interpretation.
I
don't think-
actually can't blame Warner Brothers for waiting to make a statement because this is gonna take a while.
At this point, they're like, "Fuck, what
I
do we
do-
say?"
I do think before they make a statement, they should at least speak to. I don't know if maybe they've already called Ezra or something, but I do think they are gonna before they make any statement, they should talk to Ezra or his reps or whoever.
We
but
have everything under control.
Everything
is
that's the
under
perfect
control.
You must have the hot special.
You must
Oh my
have
God,
the
there's
hot
two of them.
special.
You must
Wait,
have
I gotta
the
get
hot
my image too.
special.
I can't handle multiple Hamadas. I don't know.
It's like
Oh, yeah, there we
This
go.
is a
What's a
Hamada.
Hamada you? What's a Hamada you? All these Hamadas.
All these Hamada burgers.
Oh my goodness.
So this is the Hamada
With
verse.
cheese.
So we have no problem with Ezra Miller. Everything is going according to plan.
It is a multiverse.
A multiverse.
Walter Hamada, No Way Home.
Well, if
Hamada-verse.
I was Ezra, I would say it was the evil bear.
Something in the air.
It wasn't me.
It was something.
I'm
something in the
sorry.
high times.
That's too soon to joke. That's what I would say. I would say that was the evil. I just came back from the multiverse. That evil Barry. Oh my goodness. Just
It was
George.
Reverse Flash. He's messing up the
Yes,
timeline.
it was reverse. Yes, exactly. They're trying to mess with the timeline.
I mean, it's no coincidence that this movie was announced 9 years ago.
Oh, what was that line? You're a hero long enough until you become the villain or some shit.
Just George. What do you think? Do you think WB is handling it behind the scenes?
I honestly have no idea because apparently, like, I don't know if it was Grace Randolph or some other scooper that apparently said like he had maybe not mental breakdowns, but apparently he blanked out a lot on the set of The Flash. So if that's true, they've obviously known something's been going on with him since like at least filming of this movie. And the fact is that if that's true, they have not handled the situation well. This is something that like the new regime needs to take care of, and now we're looking to see what is the new regime going to do. Now they still have over a year, like we continuously mentioned, but you got to address something right away, because how long until someone gets severely hurt from an antic of theirs?
Mm-hmm. I agree. Here is from Grace.
Oh.
The Flash is already completed. It is actually about mental health. Hopefully, hashtag Ezra Miller can get help and use the movie to encourage others to get help. By the way, from what I hear, Miller has a good reason to be distraught. I don't like. I actually want to push back against Grace. I think that's dangerous to say good reason when you're talking about violence. There's no good reason to do violence. Yeah, there's okay. Maybe you're
You're gonna
saying
get in trouble.
She
has
said
a
that
good
she
reason
said
to be
distraught,
distraught.
not
Yeah.
violent.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, but I think you have to be
words in
careful.
her mouth.
All right. I think you have to be careful with saying good reason. You know what you don't know what people are going through. I could co-sign that for sure.
Amen.
But yeah, there are reports, and I think I've heard from other friends that things are happening. Oh, Jade says that's a stupid statement. Okay. Yes.
So, wow. Tell us how you really feel.
That's a stupid.
Degrassi Knowles, they'd probably be breaking HIPAA laws if they really have to. You have to be careful with what you say about they can't say what's going on if they know something's going on. That it would be then Ezra could sue them. They can't. They have to be careful. LOL. All right. Now we do have other topics though. It's not just all Ezra. Oh no, Jade, I liked you so much. I don't know. I like Grace. I'm her number one fan. Uh-oh. All right, I'll
come
allow
on,
it, Jade.
Max. Are you really?
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm her number one fan.
Number 2.
I saw on Twitter, apparently like RJ has like super fan status in her comments.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He paid for it.
Yeah, he paid for it. Yeah.
Oh, he paid for that. Oh,
yes.
He paid for the access.
He sure did.
I didn't.
He's like, I want to be able to get one-on-one question answering.
Yeah, well, she
Wow.
replied to me once.
Oh, really?
Kavari says Hendry, Ray
Just him.
Fisher, and Ben Affleck are already out. Just reboot with. Well, we don't know that they're already out, Kavari. I know you got your biases there.
You should see him in my chat.
Oh.
And with that whole respected privacy of their talent thing, the right thing to do. Yeah, we have to, if Ezra doesn't want it out there, even though making a public spectacle of everything, we're still not entitled to Ezra's personal health status unless Ezra comments on it Ezra's self. And I try to be careful with but it's difficult.
Oh yeah,
okay.
my pronoun is Your Majesty and Highness. So
I don't know if I
Your
can
Majesty.
accommodate that. I don't know.
Your Grace.
I'm not.
Your Grace. Yeah, I would accept it.
Can we also say
Great.
master?
Great take, Ryan.
Okay. Well,
That is
let's.
also accepted.
Who asked about the Mighty Thor? Anyone ask about the Mighty Thor? Well,
Ryan
we're going to
did.
talk about it. Ryan, you did.
Let's go.
But the Quadrant said it's woke.
It's Padme
Is this
Amidala.
good news or not? I don't know, but it says Marvel.
Amidala.
Spoiler warning: Marvel confirms cancer storyline in Thor: Love and Thunder. Lots of people had concerns that it wasn't sticking to the storyline where
She's
Jane
like, now we'll
Foster
discuss a new treaty.
needs to become the Mighty Thor for her life. So what Ashley, I want to get your take.
We know nothing about.
What's that? You don't know anything about?
Are you an angel?
What?
I think they.
Annie?
I heard they lived near the moons of Diego.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. For a moment there, I forgot the prequels existed, and I forgot that Natalie was in the.
It's easier to remember the prequels than the sequels.
You turned her against me.
No, but I
You have done that
honestly-
yourself.
I was like, why is Ryan?
And I slaughtered them like animals.
Why is Ryan?
I hate them. She's like, man, he's so
You're
hot.
going down a path I cannot follow.
So many
do that.
quotable
I like
lines
Annie
from that movie. I hate you.
I hate you.
Oh boy, I like little Anakin.
In a lot of ways, he's holding me back. She's like,
Well-
cool. Can we have 2 kids?
Do it.
I'm trying to read an article here.
I'm super hot, but still.
But it's not geekosity, Max.
Well, I do have geekosity, but because I have some guests, I'm holding back on certain.
Thank you.
Because
What you're saying is this one is reputable.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
the
let's not get into this. We have difference of opinion here.
Hey,
All right.
whatever you want to do, man. It's your show.
Yeah, it's your show.
I
Man.
hate
If you wanna go,
Yeah, see,
let's go.
I hate sand. Of course, it gets everywhere between the butt cheeks.
I don't like sand either. I'm sick of sand in Star Wars. Aren't you?
Yes, I'm sick of Tatooine. I'm sick of fucking Tatooine. Don't go back.
Oh, that's a different movie.
Don't go back to Tatooine. Damn it.
But that's where we're going with Obi-Wan.
I know.
It's always
I'm
back to Tatooine.
The center of the Star Wars universe is on Tatooine.
And the whole fucking universe. It's. I'm sorry, but I thought Coruscant was the middle of the fucking universe, but no, it's
well, it's not because Coruscant costs too much money to make. If you have it on Tatooine, you could shoot the son of a bitch in the desert. Doesn't cost you all that much money.
Well, what do you think about this? Did you have anyone follow this the Mighty Thor? Where Lady Thor, I know they don't want to say Lady Thor, but that was
it's gonna let's be honest, guys, it's gonna be a masterpiece.
This is going to be $1 billion.
I'm telling you.
It's in the bag.
Right I think so.
But will it be as good as
sarcasm, Zod? Is that sarcasm?
No, it's going to be better than the Batman. I'm telling you right now.
You heard it here first.
My only hope, and this is all seriousness right here.
Oh, here we go.
But my only hope is that it's better than Ragnarok.
I actually like Ragnarok.
I know.
It's going to be better. It's going to be
Ragnarok was a Ragnarok flop.
It's going to be better than Ragnarok.
You know what? It's after we end the stream, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to go watch Thor Ragnarok by myself.
But is it going to be as good as Morbius?
Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, if you need a cure for insomnia, you're good.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Like the movie Insomnia?
I disagree, Zod. I disagree. All right. Well, here is the
Ragnarok was a Ragnarok.
Betty Crocker too.
Okay. Oh, Ashley's here. Hey, Ashley.
Yeah, I had to come here because Zod, he knows that he loves Thor now. Like we've already talked about.
Oh, we've already talked about my love for Thor, and
oh my
I
God.
can't wait for Love and Thunder. Ashley, I want to see that movie with you. I want to see that movie with you.
Do you love it as much as Ashley loves?
We'll watch it. We'll watch it together.
You see how Zod changed when Ashley came in? He's like, oh yeah, I really want to see.
Oh, Love and Thunder! I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Well, Ashley,
I'm actually more excited for it than Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness.
Oh no!
I thought the trailers looked bad. Well, to be fair, it's my kind of movie because Guardians is my second favorite movie.
Well, but Guardians, they're only going to be there for like a minute.
No,
like,
I mean
okay,
the tone and everything.
Thor, and then they're
and also Ragnarok's in my top 5.
Thor Ragnarok is amazing.
You love Flirty. I like it. Hey, you know, if I like it, you know what's got to be good.
I'm having a stroke.
Like I've already I like argue with people like once a week about Thor Ragnarok. Like literally.
It's like a one. It's like a one and done.
We didn't argue last week.
It's good for like the first time.
Wait, is that really a hot take? I feel most people love Ragnarok.
No,
I guess it's a
like
hot take.
RJ likes Ragnarok.
I mean, I got much bigger hot takes. I mean, just
RJ likes everything. Let's be honest.
Well, Ashley, I
gotta
get.
talk to don't like it.
I gotta get Ashley.
People I hang out with.
I gotta get Ashley on this topic because you're a huge fan of Marvel, and that there were some concerns that they were going to stick to the storyline for Jane Foster. But there, and I want to get if you're happy. Well, I don't know if you want to say happy. You have a character has cancer.
I'm stoked.
You're stoked that she has cancer. There you go.
Yes. Wow,
Ashley. I mean, I don't know if I could stand by that. Ashley doesn't represent MME. Thoughts and opinions.
I'm canceled again.
No, she is happy. Jane Foster's character has cancer. Fictional, fictional.
But it's because I like the story from the comics, and
hello.
I'm like Natalie Portman is not great. Is Jane Foster? Like the third film was improved just because she was not there because the chemistry is really not there. So I'm a little concerned going into this movie, and maybe they've been able to build on it because the second movie she wasn't happy to be there. The first it just seemed very dry overall. So I don't know. So maybe her having this cancer storyline and maybe she'll die in the end and we'll get a nice farewell to Jane Foster. And when someone dies in a film, it's sad, but it's I like that. You
We've
know?
already seen her
It's-
die, though.
you know?
She's got a bigger
But
role
truly
this
die.
I
time.
mean,
She
to be
needs to
fair, some
truly
Marvel
die.
faked that cinematic.
No, I
universe.
mean,
Now Ashley wants
Padme
to see her
Amidala.
die. Wow.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
She died in Revenge
I
of
wanted
the Sith.
Hawkeye to die.
She did.
You know? Yeah.
Wow.
Luke.
This is fun conversation. All right, let me
It
read
makes the
this.
sacrifice, you know,
So,
like really
suffering
something.
from
It's gonna be
which,
brilliant. It's gonna be
which
brilliant because it
Ah.
follows the comic book storyline. So
She has
that's
simply
really nice.
lost the will
Exactly,
to
to
live.
the T.
Well, let me
Is it
read
as
this.
good as Morbius, though?
If that makes you happy, Ashley, this will really make you happy.
It's a Japoski.
Suffering from cancer,
Oompa.
astrophysicist of Thor's
Oompa.
ex-girlfriend, Jane Foster, visited New Asgard, and her life was changed forever. Mysteriously, the broken pieces of Mjolnir, the hammer of the Thunder God, transformed her into the mighty Thor and gifted her the superpower of Thor. To battle threats, internal and external, wielding Mjolnir herself, she became a godly protector, and a new hero was born. With the help of Thor, Valkyrie, and the Guardians of the Galaxy, the mighty Thor was faced by the powerful Gore, the God Butcher, with divine powers himself. Gore was driven to rid the universe of gods wherever he found them. Battling cancer in her human form and Gore in her godly form, Jane Foster was embroiled in an epic struggle with plenty of love and thunder.
So is Thor in this movie, or is it
Sounds
just
good
about
to me.
He's in the movie.
I know. I'm
Will
joking.
Morbius show up?
Absolutely.
Morbius is supposed to be. He makes a cameo
Oh,
as a
heck
bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morbius.
post-credit
decision.
scene that makes
and the
absolutely
post
no sense.
in the post credit scene, you see some guy eating a bat, and that's actually Morbius.
Yeah,
and that,
eaten.
and that starts the pandemic in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
There it is.
You
There
heard it here first,
The
folks.
second snap.
Yeah.
Well, while we got my Zack
Well,
Snyder
suck.
friends here, I know that we covered this yesterday, but
Oh,
here we go.
shoot.
but let's bring up those Rebel
Wait,
Moon.
who's Zack Snyder?
Well, actually, before we move on,
You know, I love him.
I'm just kidding.
Ashley, though, you're real. Oh shit, my alarm went off. What the hell is the alarm for?
It's time to wake up.
Oh,
You gotta go to
well,
work?
that would be the 2-hour mark. Guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate
Oh, we're out of
Oh,
time.
that's 'cause I sent him a
Yeah.
Ashley,
Tune in
that does
tomorrow night.
did that help you if you had any
Time to take
concerns?
my
Because the
Viagra.
rumors were that they weren't going to use that storyline. Taika Waititi.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that
Nike.
idea. I didn't
Okay.
like it. Like I was like, and then like Natalie Portman, she actually confirmed it a while ago. So I was excited about that because I was like, oh, she's gonna be Mighty Thor and she's not gonna have cancer. Because the coolest part about it is that like that's the only time that she feels alive, and then every time she depowers and she's back, just being Jane, like it's like her being the Mighty Thor is killing her. In her normal form. So like to see that conveyed on screen, I was really excited. So and then I was like bummed out for a minute. So I'm glad that they're doing it. She might not die, but I feel like the ether
must.
being in her and
I'm
having
sure-
the
I'm sure-
reality stone.
I'm sure she wants to redeem herself, from Revenge of the Sith. She wants a better death scene.
Yeah,
She needs
I
a
mean,
better
this
death scene.
this feels a lot like
Broken heart.
the Harrison Ford Han Solo. Like, I'll be in this movie as long as you kill me off. Like, you got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even they killed him off and then they brought him back.
Well,
As
they didn't
like
have a
joke.
choice.
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher passed away. What are they gonna do? They could have had
Digital double?
they could have had Hayden Christensen show up and talk to him.
They
That
could
would've
have.
been really
That would've
cool.
made
Well,
Brandon
Jar Jar
allegedly
Binks.
they shot those scenes, but then
Which
they
ones?
just decided not to use them. The scenes with Hayden Christensen.
I've heard
Oh
about
no,
those
they
things.
shot him, but all they did was use his audio at the end. He was like, "Come on, Ray, you can do it."
Well, just George and Isaac.
He was in character, like in costume. They shot scenes with him.
He was in
Yeah.
character. He was in costume, and they did
Yeah.
not use him. They used his audio.
What?
That's it.
That's how dumb they are.
That's
Oh, well-
that's why those films are a mess.
Where was
You
this
know,
scene
just
gonna
one of
be?
the
Like
reasons.
when he talks to
In the scene where they're
Kylo Ren.
sand.
No, his scene was going to be with her, and I think they even had a scene with him and Luke.
Yep.
And they cut it out for
They cut
what?
it out because nobody's ever really gone.
Missed
They
opportunity.
cut it out because the Force.
Oh god.
Somehow
Just George
Palpatine
and,
returned.
and Isaac, are you as thrilled as Ashley is that Jane Foster is going through cancer?
That's kind of dark.
When you say it like that,
It's comic book accurate.
Talk about a setup.
to the idea that I'm an
Somebody's
evil
got to clip that out.
No, I'm joking.
I couldn't
That's-
believe it when I
Because
heard
of
it.
comic accuracy. That's the only reason. Comic accuracy.
How dare you?
She's like,
It's comic-
being
it looks-
Thor actually kills her. I love it.
It's a story they can actually. It's a story they can actually do that's comic book accurate.
Well, I
so
think
that's
it,
a
I
great
think it'll
thing.
make the character. Knowing not actually reading the story, but knowing that about the character, that does seem like it will have a stronger impact for the character than just becoming Mighty Thor. Without that,
Yes,
I think it more.
It's a good,
more
compelling
impactful.
story.
Especially
her
since
finding Mjolnir on the moon. I don't want that because that was silly.
But we can
you
set up
know,
Moonfall.
But obviously, that's not what's gonna happen.
My ties on the
It's gonna
moon
be-
with
Which
Ezra
goes
Miller.
into Legion of
Yeah,
Skanks.
my ties
That's
on the
good.
moon with Ezra
Yeah.
Miller.
Just George, what do you think, George?
Well, like, yeah, obviously, even though it's a fictional character, you never wish cancer on anyone. But at the same time, this character needs a character arc. She really doesn't
Yeah.
have much of a character arc in the
Yes,
first
I
two
agree.
films, and you got to give her something, especially because it's been 9 years since we've seen this character. So, like, find a way to like get this character back into the MCU because, like I said, it's been 9 years. Like, we have no idea what this character's been doing since Phase 2, basically.
And she didn't get to do the lineup that all the other female superheroes did in Endgame.
Oh,
so
oh yeah, that
she missed
cringy
out on
lineup.
that.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
She wasn't a part of the festivities.
What the fuck?
Women.
We've got her back. You know?
Yeah. Like full on in battle, guys. Let's do the truffle shuffle.
She's not alone.
that's
It's
woke.
the line. You know,
Let's do the Care Bear stare.
Well, I wanted to bring this up. Well, I got so many of my Zack Snyder friends here. The images.
Yeah.
Wait, we're Snyder fans?
Rebel Moon.
I guess
I
we've been.
will.
Yeah, he looks dope.
I
looks pretty
wanted
fire
to
to
come and
me.
say hi, but I'm gonna go, guys.
Oh, I see how it
Alrighty.
is.
No,
Rebel
joking.
Moon,
It's
Love
not
and
my
Thunder.
Yeah,
I'm
Love and
joking.
Thunder.
I'm actually working on a video, and I have to go be on another stream.
Oh,
so
that's
I'm like
fine. No,
editing
I'm-
a video, and then I had to go be.
I appreciate you
on
stopping in.
another
See
stream,
you
but
Friday.
yeah.
Is it
See
a
you
Morbius
Friday,
video?
Ashley. See you
Friday, and I
Friday.
had to watch
Appreciate you
that
stopping
movie.
by.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
See you in the Morbius video?
Bye, everyone.
Yes.
Oh, bye, everyone. No, just bye.
Yeah.
Ashley, sorry.
I know he ends the stream
All right,
like,
we
well,
got
there,
it. Yeah.
we're out of here.
Ashley's gone now. We don't need to do this anymore.
No,
Let's get out of here.
I mean, does this get, how hyped does this get you, a Zack Snyder fan? Maybe Rebel Moon will be so amazing that you're not even gonna. You're like, I want to see the next iteration
mean,
of Rebel Moon instead of coming
I
back.
heard Netflix is in trouble.
Well, we are going to cover that too.
Yeah,
I do have that as
so,
an
I mean, I don't
article.
even know if this is gonna make it.
It's
Get
gonna
it.
No.
save Netflix.
Yeah, all right. Now that you brought that up,
Okay,
that's
wait,
on
hold
the
on,
dot.
hold
That's
on.
on the dot. That's on the dot. We'll get back to that.
I know, but hold on a second. Hold on a
Who's gonna watch
second. So
it? Nobody's
you
gonna
made a
see it on the
comment.
platform.
Okay, Max, you made a comment. You said that maybe the Snyder Cut fans will start to realize, get on Rebel. Dude, Snyder Cut fans and Snyder or Snyderverse fans, nobody is dogging on anything he does with Netflix.
No. I'm not.
And
saying
that's a
that.
common
I'm
misconception.
I'm just
That is
saying
true.
that I'm not. Yes, I do agree with you.
They're like, oh, if you like,
but I'm saying-
Zach, you gotta go for his stuff
No,
on Netflix. Support
no.
that. Like, no one's not supporting that.
we
Yeah.
do. I
That's a
agree.
cop out. That's
It's
like,
just
oh,
that
we.
horrible
I
journalism.
agree, Nicotina. But what I'm saying
I
is
just think it's a dumb
that
argument.
it might be so good.
It's gonna be so good.
that you're like you would prefer to see the next iteration of Rebel Moon, the sequel, instead of him coming back.
I want to
do
see
Dark
Rebel
Side.
Moon right now.
Why not
Oh,
both?
sorry, Molly.
No, I
My
want
dog-
both.
my
I
dog
want
is
both.
Best
But
of
I'm,
both worlds.
I'm saying,
you know?
what if it's so like this could be this generation Star Wars?
It could end up being. It could.
Oh, I
end
think
up
it will be.
being
I think
the
it will be.
the biggest space epic masterpiece since Star Wars. Since the
You know what?
No one's really
I
tried
don't want to
to
say it's
introduce
going to
a
be
new-
the new Star Wars. I just want to say it's going to be a good freaking story that I'm going
It's
to
gonna
want
be
to
a
see
good
more.
science fiction
I'm gonna say
fantasy.
it's gonna be
Thank
the
Will it
new
be as good as
Star Wars.
Moonfall?
Yes,
Oh,
it will be as good as Moonfall.
It will
Anything's
be.
better than Moonfall.
But let's talk about this. Here's my reaction to this article. So they have like 200 million. 200,000.
Yeah, 200,000 is like
is
losing
nothing.
20.
They made it up with the price increase.
They're like, shit. Oh well.
Yeah, if that's all they lost, now if they
Right.
lost millions and millions,
That was all the Snyder fans.
we
left us.
we ran out of toilet paper.
But people are actually saying, are they concerned about this? Not when you increase the price and you have 200 million.
How many? Yeah, how many do they actually have? I bet you I can look it up.
I bet you
do that.
can. Maybe
You could.
maybe
You do
look it up on
Your
4chan.
idea, you do it, Nick.
Damn.
4chan.
Dang.
I like how it comes up already. Does Netflix have?
Well, here, who's concerned? Are you concerned if you're a Netflix shareholder and they increase the price?
No.
You're always going to have some people
Because
that
the ones that are canceling are like, well, I'm just gonna use my brother's account, but then they're gonna flex on that, and then they'll be like, well, I'm just gonna buy my own subscription. Fuck it. And then that's gonna be it. Right here it says,
200.
Yeah, they almost have 1 billion subscribers.
Exactly.
No. 240 million is nowhere near 1 billion.
Yeah.
It's no, actually, this says, can it reach 1 billion? My bad.
Thank you for watching.
I was
Movie
doing
Math
article
with, Andre
title.
Fernandez.
Like you just read the title and you go, "Oh, that's a fact."
Jack.
Hey, are you criticizing my show? Oh,
not at all.
All right,
240 million worldwide, and that's
and then we're really like let's go around the panel. Are you concerned about losing 200,000? Zod?
No.
Ryan?
No.
Oh, I don't subscribe to Netflix. I use my mother's account.
They're about to clap on that too.
George,
but
if you start charging like $3 extra a month,
I don't give a shit.
Oh,
at least he's saving money now.
Isaac, are you concerned if you're no?
No.
But people were actually running with this hyperbolic thing. Oh, Netflix is in trouble. I'm like,
they're in trouble.
They're in trouble.
They went with Zack Snyder and they're losing subscribers.
Yeah. Hamada was like, put that out. They're losing subscribers because of Zack.
Yeah.
All right.
And what's the newest, biggest thing coming out? It's directed by Zack Snyder.
It's directed by Zack Snyder.
It's bad luck.
All right. Well, here's the image from Rebel Moon.
Oh,
He looks like he got beat up. Looks good though.
Yeah.
I don't see what you guys are really excited about. It's not that very good.
This looks great.
I think it's like maybe mundane at most. Disney's doing really good.
Oh, this is from the hashtag show. I didn't know you
Yeah.
follow these guys.
Oh yes,
I follow everyone.
I don't know. This guy, I've seen him in a lot of movies. It's mainly Gladiators. Probably. Really
What? How long is the filming supposed to be for this? Hamada. What's a Hamada?
burger.
Hamada, you could have had Rebel Moon and Army of the Dead.
Man, we passed on that. That was like he's plagiarizing Star Wars, so I didn't really want to
Mr. Hamada, when will you announce Birds of Prey 2?
Birds of Prey 2. We've got we got 7 films of Birds of Prey. Man, you're gonna have a lot.
7 Birds of Prey.
There's 7 Birds of Prey. We're done, man. You're gonna be.
David Zaslav here, and let me tell you something. We're gonna make some great changes here over at WBD. Did I mention our name is WBD? It's real hot class. Real hot class.
All hail David, you're my boss. I love you.
I don't love you. I love it when you make me money, though.
I saved the money.
Don't call me late for dinner. You can call me anything else.
I love this panel.
Surely you can be joking.
All right, time for geek.
Don't call me Shirley.
Well, this is a good topic though. This one because
there's my boy Zack Snyder. According to some sources, we've already met, and I've already given you the green light.
Like this man, you suck.
You suck at Warner Brothers.
Into the WB verse.
Yeah. Zack Snyder, big.
Oh, hey, look, this is my website. I love this website. This is
I
my
love that
favorite
color.
website.
Be nice, nerds. For nerds.
Did I mention that purple is my
I just
favorite color?
want to talk about the possibility of Beta Ray Bill being edited out. Oh, edited out of the trailer. I thought they meant the movie. God damn it. That's where I should read the article.
You
gotta read the article.
99% of the article is facts you already know.
Okay. All right.
David Zaslav here.
Zaslav. All right.
See, it's to Zaslav you listen. Oh, or another big man in Hollywood.
Kevin Feige. I see you in the corner.
I give you all
$1 billion every day, boys.
Big things coming from WBD. Did I mention we're called Warner Brothers Discovery? I'm the
I'm
D.
still showering in the money I
Oh
made
my
from
God.
No
I
Way
used
Home.
to work for New Line, but now I work for DC. Apparently,
You work for me now, you son of a bitch.
Let me control DC too.
All right, so who asked about Fast 10?
Who says you want?
yes.
Family.
Family, Fast 10.
Fast
you know,
X.
Fast
Actually,
X. You know
now
that
that
this,
I'm-
I said
now
it
that I'm
earlier.
looking,
This is a-
Zod,
It looks like a video game, Fast X.
Zod
Like,
Diesel,
by that.
Zod
It
Diesel.
sounds
Look
like
at
a
that.
laxative. Like you need relief. Use Fast X.
You must have the hot special.
You
Fast
must
X.
have the hot special.
So will the X-Men show up in this?
Anyone
Yeah,
tell,
yeah, they
anyone
should
tell
show
you,
up.
Zod, you kind of look like Vin Diesel a little bit?
I've been told that, and then I've been told who's that other guy? Zane. Billy Zane.
Zane.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see that. I
Uh,
can see it.
I would love you to do a Fast Furious parody.
I've been told that I look like the girl from the John
Family.
Campia show.
Can
No,
you
no,
just
no,
say
no,
family? Just say
Nicotina.
family for Isaac, please.
Please,
Family.
Oh,
Somebody's got to clip that.
Wait, ain't this gonna be woke because Brie Larson's in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in this.
Didn't Brie
Somebody
Larson
say
hug
woke?
somebody? Didn't she hug The Rock or something?
I think she
Vin
was hugging
Diesel.
this guy.
Or hugging
That's,
Vin
it
Diesel?
does. It does seem like
But Max, it's woke.
I
it
think
does
yeah,
seem
yeah,
like
she
like
did.
a laxative or something.
I think
Fast
Max
X.
covered the hug. I think he was like, "Yeah,
He's
look,
been using Brand X.
Brand X."
Max is
Oh
woke.
no,
Brand X.
Max is a social justice warrior.
Yeah. It does. It does seem like if I'm constipated, I need Fast X. Yes. As I get older.
Yeah, Fast X,
Put
Fast
Fast,
X,
Oh,
Fast
yeah.
Food.
put Fast X in your tuna, and you'll be perfect. Clean.
Put it in your hot cocoa, say.
Yeah.
All right.
Man,
Well-
there's Zaslav, say. We're making big changes over there on in Hollywood.
And man, WBD.
Well, a bit
WBD.
woke.
Have I told you
Oh,
our
God.
name's WBD? I'm the D in the
Sounds
WBD.
like an underwear brand.
All right. We're losing to
It's
the
like
lounge.
Fruit of the Loom.
Uh-oh. Jesus, Max, take it back. They had.
We're losing
I'm
underwear here.
I'm actually low on topics now too. I did have a few other, but all right. Let's look at this real quick. Is anyone looking forward to Stranger Things?
I haven't seen it.
No.
You really?
Yeah, never.
I've only seen the
watched
first
it yet.
season.
Never seen it.
I've seen
The
the first
first
two. I
season.
gave up after season 2.
The Duffer brothers compared Stranger Things season 4 to this polarizing series. Let me see what they're referring it to. God damn that.
You don't want shows your ads like last time?
Oh, Game of Thrones?
Oh, okay.
I've only seen the
What?
first season.
That's a bit of a,
Oh,
that's a
wait,
bit of a stretch.
Wait,
I
let me
don't
see
see a
here.
correlation between Stranger Things and Game of Thrones.
Spoiler warning:
Well, I
Joyce
think
the
it's the
Byers
kingdom
family
and-
to have left at the end of season 3. They are in California. We've always wanted to have that ET-esque suburb aesthetic, which we finally got to do this year in the desert. And then we have Hopper in Russia, and then of course we have a group of remaining in Hawkins. So we have these 3 storylines and all connected and kind of interwoven together. But it's very different tones. Oh yeah, here it goes. We don't know how big this season was going to get, and we didn't even realize until we were about halfway through, just in terms of how much story that we wanted to tell this season. Game of Thrones is one thing we referenced, but also for us, really what is about is Revelations, and what we really want to start giving the audience some answers. I don't see how this is like Game of Thrones. Just, I guess, with the multiple storylines, I guess. All right. Anyone have some topics for the end of the show? Zod, Ryan, George, Nicotina, Isaac?
I smoked pot with Johnny Hopkins and Sloan Kettling.
Nice. Thank you.
Blazing that shit up every day.
Zaslav, when is it getting restored?
Only time will tell.
When he decides to.
WB up front on May 18th. Be there.
Okay. Actually, there was some video game news. Any Sonic fans here?
Me.
I like the movies. I haven't played Sonic.
Yeah, I
like the movies.
I like the
The
game.
video games are getting ridiculous lately with release. They're actually doing this dipshit DLC for like 30-year-old games compilations where you have to buy a premium edition. Are you serious? For premium edition for hold on, let me show where.
Is there a trailer?
I'm trying to get where there's comparison. There's like tiers for a compilation to get extra content. I don't know if it shows here. Darn it.
You got like 10 million ways to play these games. I mean,
Yeah. How in the world are you going to charge DLC for compilations for old Sonic games? I think there's
Money.
a mirror. They're charging a premium edition for mirror mode. I looked at mirror mode, like where you do the stage different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Today's show is brought to you by Fast X. Keeps you
said
regular.
It keeps you regular.
Fast X.
Careful, it might be woke.
Oh, Daniel says Zaslav likes to look a future NFL team owner.
Probably
Yeah.
on the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of does
It
actually.
doesn't look like he takes any mess either. I'll tell you that.
No, I hope.
Dude is old
Oh,
school.
you know what?
and doesn't have time for nothing.
I do have a final topic for the show.
You're gonna do a face reveal?
No, it's roundabout to this Ezra situation. Are you disappointed?
Maybe just show us the
that
net.
WB hasn't come out said anything yet, because I think they need to be proactive with the situation. They're not saying anything. It's still quiet. I'm actually
if it's an
I hope they
really
should say
an
something by
illness.
they should still say something that at least we don't condone violence or something, or we take this seriously.
Yeah, but we don't really know all the facts of the case, though, do we?
No, but we should try to. If you're gonna do proactive with your studio, and this is out there in there, they should make a strong statement that we disavow any form of violence. We're for.
I think they're against chair throwing.
Yeah.
But
We're
they against chairs in general.
We're working to try.
They're going to show chairs
they
with
should
the
have some type of
slash
statement
at the beginning of every
they
film.
They should have some type of statement by the end of the week, I believe.
No, they won't.
They won't.
You will never. You won't hear anything unless there's a trial, and he loses or something like that. Or something worse happens with Ezra, then maybe you'll hear something. But they're gonna look when you're looking at shit like this. You always look at how they've done things in the past. I don't care about Zaslav, anything like that. You just kind of look at like how have they handled these types of situations, and so they've been doing this. It's their play. They're going to continue to do that until they can't.
I think it's a big mistake not to say anything this week. I think they need to come out with a strong statement to say instead of this limbo, we are working on completing this Flash film for everyone, including the fans. There's a lot of talent involved. We do not condone any type of violence.
Look,
but there's no jeopardy.
I would agree, but I think that they don't want to they don't want responsibility over his actions. I think at this point they're just like, hey, just let him do let him figure that out. If we come out and say, hey, let's address the whole Ezra Miller topic, then it becomes, well, what have you done for him? Where have you been? And so right now they're just like, hey, we gave him his paycheck. I don't control what he does outside of work.
I disagree, Hans. I think it's a responsibility for a studio when there's this much press that you're not. Yeah,
well, I mean, okay, let's just say.
Why did he get dragged out of Hawaii? Why is he still there?
But Matt,
Hawaii 5-0.
At your job, you do customer service, right? So let's say you go off the rails. Do you think your company is going to come out and make a public statement about your actions? They're not. They're just gonna take you to HR.
Different situation because
it's a different situation because he's a personality. Fuck that. Okay. I don't give a shit that he's a personality. Who cares? He's nobody, dude. Just all I have to do is tell my children, okay, don't model yourselves after him. That's it.
I mean, to the average person, the average Joe, like if I go to
work
and I go, hey, you know, Ezra Miller got arrested, they'll say, who the fuck's Ezra Miller?
Whether you like it or not, lots of people care about accountability over
Miller
entertainment.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, we know who he is.
And just going with the status quo of working with Ezra and not addressing it at all, I think is an epic fail. I respect your opinions, but I completely disagree.
I think
I think they need to handle this proactively, hands-on, maybe be vague as you can with statements without addressing Ezra's actual
I think they
problems
need to handle it,
and
but
being
not publicly.
respectful. I think
I would agree.
I think when it's a public spectacle, you need to. That's my management style.
But then, Max, what's going to happen is that if you manage your studio like that, people are going to start pointing fingers at your studio. They are
Yeah.
going to start saying, "Look at what's going on here." You're making statements and all that, right? But
it has to be
the
done
problem
in a
is
proper way.
there. It's
I'm
not, Warner
eloquent in
Brothers
my
isn't going to
statements.
pull out like
They
well,
could pay
look,
for.
we've got our
They're not gonna pull
resident,
out?
They're not gonna
cycle.
pull out.
Yeah,
They're not gonna pull out
they're
and
not gonna
unload
say,
everything.
"Hey,
They're not gonna want to do that."
we brought the company
pulled out of the
therapist in,
Snyderverse.
and he's doing this.
They
you know,
did.
he's going through rehab.
And they made a mess.
At Warner Brothers Rehab.
Well,
he's not gonna do that.
not talk about his personal say. We were trying to resolve the issue. We obviously do not condone things. We're trying to resolve it.
That should go
you know,
without saying. That
I
I don't think people are coming out and saying, you know what, Warner Brothers condones violence.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying because it's a public spectacle and because of their inaction in the past, especially because they didn't act when the first incident happened with the female fan and the choking video, that they need to be I think they need to reassure the audience that they are looking into it, at least. At the very least, we are trying to manage the situation the best we can while respecting the personal.
But is the
Ezra,
audience that fragile that they need to know every single detail of somebody's life?
I don't want to know what's happening with Ezra. Ezra is making it public spectacle. It's Ezra's situation.
Yeah, he's making his personal life.
And it's affecting
now.
everyone.
Now, if he was okay, it's a different situation. If he's over at like Warner Brothers Warner Brothers Studios, and he's just like what's his face, Christian Bale or Tom Cruise on set. I don't ever want to hear him again. Whatever. When they're doing something to somebody on set, like if he threw a chair at a key grip. And then something happened.
Threw a chair at Michael Keaton.
If he threw a chair at Michael Keaton, yes, then
No, that's
they
old
would have to
man.
make a statement because that happened on their
He got a
property,
broken
on their
hip.
watch, on their dime. But this happened in Hawaii, and this happened outside. It wasn't a film. He wasn't over there shooting shit for him or whatever. He was over there just bullshitting, having a good time. Having too good a time. That's not their responsibility. They're not like, you know what? We're a family. They're not a family. They're a fucking studio.
Family.
Yeah, they're like, we want nothing to do with this guy outside the movie. So
they're
whatever
like,
he does,
yeah.
that's on him.
To be fair,
We're
Warner
out.
Brothers did not
Yes.
make the Fast and Furious movies.
Yes.
So
That's on him, sir.
Okay. Well,
we don't speak for Ezra.
I wanted to get
Ezra speaks for us. Wait,
Isaac and
never mind.
George's opinion on that, but because I'm actually going to do a clip out of this topic. Should WB make a statement on Ezra Miller? Isaac, you've been very critical in the past that they should have addressed it earlier.
this is the second time you say this.
Yeah,
Isaac, I'm throwing you a Hail Mary. I need you to save me.
Isaac,
I think
you
did
keep
you
it
write this
real.
down on the script.
No, I'm not. I
Read
want
the line.
to answer your Hans. I'm saying they need to handle it carefully, not say what's exactly going on, but say we take this type of situation seriously. We are very confident with the Flash film. We want it to come out because there's lots of talent involved. We will handle it and be proactive, yes, but also while respecting Ezra's privacy. No, I don't want them to go into details if he's getting treatment or not, but I think something should be said. And didn't WB make statements on Depp? I'm not sure. Isaac, I almost said Ezra. Isaac, not Ezra. Isaac, what do you think? Do you think WB should be proactive and work within the, maybe reach out to one of your one of these platforms, Variety or somewhere, to work this out, to get some positive press that they are handling the situation the best they can and put a positive angle on, or not positive, but that they're handling things, because a lot of the perception is they don't handle shit.
They don't.
They don't handle it.
Well, like I said earlier, I think before they make any public statement, they should speak to Ezra, which I'm gonna assume maybe they've gone a phone call, but again, I don't know the answer to that. I've spoke a lot about the situation. I'll just say this: I'm waiting till everything's cleared up to give my full opinion. But as of now, I hold no respect towards Ezra at all. As of now, that can change, but that's it.
Okay. George, what do you think? Do you think do you want something more from WB than they've done in the past? Where I think they've been able to go and they've participated in getting this situation with not handling their shit and their talent. Maybe that's a leading question, but do you think they should do something?
Leading the witness.
What do you think?
Rephrase your question.
Well, first of all, we have no idea if like WB is even talking to Ezra and their team. If they are, maybe put out a statement saying we're talking to Ezra, we're figuring out what's going on, what the situation is. Like at least like give a reassurance that there is some form of communication, because you got to figure out what's going on with them. And if there's no communication like going on, then they got to reach out right away, because this is happening when he's in one film right now, Fantastic Beasts, and they got another film that's going to be more anticipated in over a year. So they got to like at least do some kind of reassurance. But first they got to reach out if they haven't reached out to him already. That's where this whole thing starts, reaching out to Ezra and figuring out, why are you doing this? What's happening? Why have you been in Hawaii all this time? What's this personal problem that we're hearing about?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I think that's where I want to wrap it up. I do want to check on someone else too, because I heard I was a little bit late getting to the stream, but I heard some things, so I want to check on someone. All right, let me see, Hans. No, I'm not blaming them for the actions of Ezra. I'm blaming them for having the situation with their product, with their film, because there were warning signs and completely hands off and not addressing it when you needed to put them in this situation, in my opinion, with both Aquaman 2 and The Flash. There were definitely warning signs there with Amber Heard before filming. They didn't have to have Amber. Actually, there's reports that even Hamad is saying now that he didn't want Amber to come back because of the lack of chemistry. And then Amber Heard, from what I've heard of Heard. Not a turd. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
No, don't shit. Sorry.
Nice. You got to start writing a script before you stream.
No,
this is what you're gonna clip.
No, sorry. Bad joke. Ew. But what I've heard is that she was very aggressive when she heard that they were going to replace her with saying lack of chemistry with Momoa, and potentially could have tried to implied that she might pursue action, wrongful termination, and that it wasn't with the lack of chemistry. It was more to do with her situation with Johnny. So she got her way, but they had a way out, and they stuck with it, and now now we have that. Okay, let me see here. What is this?
Oh, that's for tomorrow. I was just giving that to you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. But that's where I think we'll wrap it up. Oh, let me get to these final comments, and then we'll wrap up the stream at 2 hours, 30 minutes. How do you know they didn't try to address the Ezra stuff, and the Amber stuff is a gray spot because of Me Too? WB was effed either way with her.
Effed.
Oh no, Ryan. Oh God. No.
Oh boy.
Yeah. See, Bradley. After the testimony from today, I think it's more likely that Amber's replaced in Aquaman 2 than Ezra in The Flash. Maybe we'll end with that. Well, that'll be the final thing. We'll go around the panel based on what's happening with this very public trial. I honestly think, because listen, Ezra could just go on partying, even if hopefully nothing else happens. But this trial is very, very public. Lots of people are watching this trial. It's very important for the history of entertainment, especially for defamation cases too. You could actually see the results of the defamation if Amber did Johnny wrong, and it seems like that's the case. I honestly don't think you could release Aquaman with her And I think she's got. My interpretation is that she has a more limited role. But Zod will go
They
to
got
you
enough.
first.
They got enough time to replace her. So
Yeah.
it's
What's more?
possible.
What's more
Yeah.
likely? Amber Heard being replaced in Aquaman 2, or Ezra being replaced in the Flash? I think.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't
Aquaman
think
2 is a lot
Ezra's
more
going to get
plausible.
replaced in the Flash. I think that's too far along. I think
So
Amber Heard, they could probably replace her if they needed to. There's enough
Yeah.
time.
I think if the Flash makes or if Aquaman makes $1 billion, nobody cares.
Mm.
I'm just saying, like, if the movie is a huge success, then they're gonna be like, okay, we'll just go ahead and sign right here, and we'll get started on production, and let's not talk about it. And that's it. And then if she goes and kills an
Well,
animal or
she's
attacks
really
somebody,
being.
then they'll be like,
She's
oh yeah, get
really
her out of
being
here. She's a mess.
She's really being painted by Johnny as an abuser. So
Oh, everybody knows
domestic
that.
abuse.
Everyone knows she's
Yes,
crazy. So I mean, I
What
don't
do you
know.
think's more that? What the question is, Nicotine? Though, what's more likely, Amber Heard being replaced or Ezra?
Well, I think Amber Heard because she's a side character. She's not the
Yeah.
main character. Ezra Miller is the main character. Now, obviously, he hasn't even had the damn movie come out yet, so we haven't even seen how good of a job he does in this movie. But I mean, unless they want
$1 billion movie.
if you reshoot the whole fucking movie, you know what? You know what else is going to happen? People are going to say,
Michael
release
Keaton's
the
gonna get
Ezra
older.
cut. Release the Ezra cut. You know
yeah.
what I mean? And
Yep,
it's like, oh,
yep.
do we want to go down that road again?
Restore the
No.
Millerverse.
Yeah, restore the Millerverse. Miller High Life.
I
don't
want to
know.
see it again.
High Life.
High Life. It's the
All right.
champagne of beers. Come on.
Isaac, what do you say? What's more likely?
Oh, I mean, it's much easier to replace Amber Heard than Ezra. Mainly because she's not the main. You can even hide her. Like, let's
Replace
say
it with Amelia Clark.
Yeah, that's what I
I'll
was
replace
gonna
her with
say.
literally anyone, even if it's Jason Momoa but shaved.
Lisa
You know,
Bonet.
it's
Well,
even if-
Bradley. Bradley says that's enough to get her replaced. I don't want to.
Well, according to
I
Peacemaker,
didn't.
that
I
wouldn't
didn't
happen
hear
with
that
Superman.
part. I did not hear that part. Did they actually cut to her face when they said that in the courtroom? Because
I think so. Yeah.
I got to be real. I don't want to watch that, but I
She
actually.
literally shit the bed. Wow.
Wait, was it on a pillow?
Oh God.
Wow.
That'd be much worse. But
that's
yeah, it'd be
crazy.
much easier to replace her
Too
than
soon,
Ezra.
Isaac, too soon.
I think they should have replaced her before the movie even started filming. But if they were to do it now, it'd be much cheaper and much easier than the Ezra Miller stuff.
Wow, Degrassi has the man. That's a mind f. Why do we say taking it when we're clearly leaving one?
How do you know we actually do that?
Yeah, I don't really. Actually, I'm never going to say that. I don't want to say I'm taking it anywhere. I'm leaving it. and
Yeah,
flushing
like, what
it.
are you doing? I'm leaving the
dropping it.
shit.
Yeah, I'm
Leave it in a
leaving.
deposit.
I'm depositing. Yeah. Just short.
Dropping
how
the
do you-
kids off at the pool.
I take it and sell it to Superman.
just George. What do you think's more likely? Amber Heard being replaced for, the Aquaman 2, or Ezra being replaced? If Campia had his way, you can't release. I think the main story he should have ran with. You cannot release Aquaman 2 with Amber Heard. Not you can't release the Flash with Ezra.
I heard.
Yeah,
I heard Amber Heard's gonna be in the Flash.
Oh gosh.
She's gonna make a cameo.
Oh,
Was that what I said?
Lord.
You
It's
have
a
to pick one,
floater.
George.
It's a floater.
I think Amber Heard's more likely to get replaced. And look, even if she doesn't get replaced, I think like Ezra has a better chance of staying in the DCEU post Flash than Amber does post Aquaman 2. And here's the thing, like we talk about like Restore Snyderverse, will it happen, will it not happen? If it does happen, Ezra's Flash is more important than Amber Heard's Mara, so like they're gonna probably also look at the value and see like it's also about the public opinion, and right now the court of public opinion is on Johnny Depp's side, regardless of what the courts say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
Well, what would happen though if in the Flash, if she made a cameo in the movie, is everyone gonna lose their shit? Like, oh God, it's her again.
They would have to replace the actress whoever they got for Aquaman.
Oh, we lost Isaac.
to jump
was
in
his
with
answer.
the Flash as well.
Here's my answer.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I think that's where we're going to end it. Thank you, Zod, Ryan, Nicotina, George, not Isaac, because man, he just
bolted.
He bounced.
He just bolted.
You know, Isaac too.
He had to leave a turd.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I think he had to go to the lounge.
Maybe.
I thought he had to go to the dispensary.
Okay. Well, I think that's where we're going to end it. Go support. Yeah, we have Project Justice League soon. There's releasing previews on Twitter. Support that. Support the couch and the Zod on the couch. Live
We'll
from
be
the couch.
releasing
Isaac came
Project Justice
back.
League in May. Oh, he's back. Shit.
Not really.
Ew.
Okay.
I'm taking Max's shit. Okay.
You're done taking my shit? I don't know what the. Great show. Thank you, Ryan. And go support George. Oh, now we know why you're not on stream, Bradley. Yeah. I believe I got to check Twitter to see how much you're enjoying 420.
Oh,
Yes.
there's old Chubby Teddy. What's
Chubby
up, man?
Teddy.
No, I don't think he's watching Black Lotus. I still gonna watch it.
CTMP.
That's where Isaac, shut up. You're gonna wake up Callie. He's on the
Shit,
couch.
that's his pants.
Okay. Yeah, here's just George. Go sub to George. Yeah. All right.
Oh my
Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good one.
Take care, everyone.
Wow.
All right, night.